And just like that, the weekend is almost here. Welcome to your Friday Cotter and Marshall show. Get the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. You can also listen to the show. Download the app for free. Get us on your in-home smart speaker. Also at rock1061.com. Marshall, I've got bad news.
On a Friday? Don't do this to us.
I do.
Why would you start a show off like this?
Because I was disappointed last night. Yesterday on the show, we talked about how Maine was thinking about legalizing Viking funerals.
Yeah.
And how that's how I want to go out.
Yeah, you were going to get burned. You were even thinking about getting burned alive. You were so excited about it.
Maybe?
Yeah.
My wife was like, no, you're not having a Viking funeral.
What?
So I think deep down in her heart, she knows I don't deserve one. But being the good wife that she is, she didn't say that. She was just like, I don't think I can handle the smell.
Wow.
I guess the thought of a burning body does nothing for her.
You know, and that's why you honestly don't deserve one, because as a Viking, if you truly were one, you would demand one. You wouldn't let your wife allow you to determine your own death.
No, my wife
Not determine your own death.
My wife is way more Viking than me.
Okay.
Maybe I'll,
Yeah, we'll burn her.
There we go. Done.
Yeah.
Done.
Maybe she's a witch. Maybe we'll take her up to Salem, Massachusetts, very close to Maine, if I'm geographically very close-ish. Yeah, we'll just take her up there.
Yeah,
you know what?
Go.
I'll take care of both you. I'll burn her alive, then I'll burn you alive.
You're such a good
One
friend.
road trip. Let's go.
Oh, man. All right. Yeah, explain that rental to the U-Haul company. What's that smell? Just dead bodies. It was fine.
Yeah.
All right, coming up on the show today, beer for breakfast to kick off the 9 o'clock hour. Tony from Wicked Weed is stopping by.
Excited.
One of our favorite breweries out of Asheville.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot wait for that. We got Fire Away Friday. Last Saturday would have been Chester Bennington's 45th birthday. So today's choices, his run with Stone Temple Pilots. We've got Out of Time.
Okay.
Gray Days, his band before Linkin Park. We've got Sickness or Linkin Park's Paper Cut.
All great songs.
Yes, Paper Cut is dominating.
Not even close?
Not even close.
Okay. All right.
Gibby did just say play all three.
I actually kind of like that idea.
It's not how Fire Away Fridays works, man.
I know, but is it? I mean, we're only a month old.
That's
actually,
true.
Today is next Monday is our 1 month anniversary. What are you getting me?
Nothing.
Oh,
Nothing.
okay, Jesus. That's a way to treat someone.
How about we can have Monday celebratory beers?
Okay.
I'll bring some beers.
Don't say it unless you mean it.
No, I mean it.
Okay.
Any excuse to have a beer, and it's our 1 month anniversary.
Then, absolutely.
So then it's a new tradition. Every month anniversary, we just drink.
But we have to stone cold it in the studio.
No, that's a horrible idea. All right, if you'd like to vote for Fire Away Friday, hit us up on Facebook, either the Rock 1061 page or the Cotter and Marshall page. Going to take your calls today. We've got what'd you like to do as a kid but hate doing as an adult?
Everything.
My list is pretty extensive.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, do I just hate everything?
I was a dumbass kid.
Also got About Last Night. We've got Pepsi teaming up with Peeps.
Kind of gross.
It's kind of bizarre. Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima.
There we go. Video game becoming a movie. And there's a jockey who did all of the cocaine.
He did more than his fair share, like 100 times.
I wonder if there's any left. There is. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show. Good morning. We got About Last Night coming up next. New Chevelle. Self-Destructor. Rock 1061.
All right, good morning, stream folks. We are off the air here at Rock 1061, but on with you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So the 6 o'clock hour, for anyone watching right now, we, of course, talk about last night. So, yeah, we're going to talk about the Peep flavors. We're going to talk about how Sony Playstation is doing the things that I've said they should have done for quite some time. And then, obviously, we're going to talk about cocaine. I'm excited to hear what Tony, or see and hear and taste what Tony brings in from Wicked Weed this morning around 9 o'clock or so.
Yeah,
Although I haven't heard from Tony since like Wednesday. I'm sure it's fine. Good morning, Sherry. How are you?
What's up?
Welcome to the 6 a.m. hour where we're very awake.
I'm more awake today at 6 than I think any other day this week.
Okay.
I don't know why. I mean, I went to bed about 10 o'clock last night, maybe a little before.
All right.
Got up, I did hit snooze, got up 3:15.
Mm-hmm.
So for some reason, I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I told my wife I wanted to wake up a little bit early because I had to do some show notes, and I got up, check this out, 10 minutes to 5. 10 to 5 instead of my regular 5 a.m. All right. So this weekend has some cool stuff going on. Obviously, there's UFC 260 that's going down.
Yep.
What else is going down? Two Tides and Hopatomica are both doing like farmer market type of vendor alley deals from like 11 to 5 on Saturday. You got new Falcon Winter Soldier today. Episode 2 is out. If you want to watch the gray, black and white edition, not gray edition of Justice League, that came out yesterday as well on HBO Max.
Won't give you a recut of Suicide Squad, but they'll give you a black and white version of that movie.
Yeah,
I don't.
why not?
I still.
You just really hate it. You really hate it.
It makes no sense. It's a CGI movie. You're not getting everything if you're watching the black and white. It still makes no sense to me. I don't know.
You don't understand art.
Maybe
Apparently not.
I don't get it.
I don't know why you're so against it. You'll never ever finish Justice League.
No, we're gonna finish it this weekend.
No, I don't believe it.
No, it's gonna happen.
You watched 3 hours of a film and then you stopped watching, and I'm like, this dude's never going back. Absolutely not.
Nope. We're gonna watch it this weekend.
I highly doubt you finish Justice League.
Nope, it will happen. There's a better chance I'll forget the Flint here at the radio station, but I'm gonna watch.
Hey, you still not taking it home?
Still sitting at my desk.
What the fuck you doing?
I don't know. Last night got the first half of this coming Tuesday's Torture Tuesday. Got the Toxic Waste Candy.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's so cute. It's in a little can like this, super tiny.
Oh, okay.
So
how much is it? Is like $5?
Yeah, it was like $5. It wasn't bad.
Morning, I Raven Dontes.
What's up?
Yeah, Torture Tuesday should be fun on Tuesday, at least for me, because you are you're volunteering.
Yeah. I mean, we got to give people Torture Tuesdays. I mean, it was like a year without Torture Tuesday, man. It's like a year without Christmas.
Yeah, we just did a bunch of hot challenges during the pandemic. Those videos, I think, are all up at the YouTube page right now.
Most of them, yeah. So I'm happy to be back to Torture Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more worried about the concentrated liquid I will be drinking. I think that is, and not even how sour it's going to be. I just think it's going to be so disgusting because it's just concentrated down. It's like, when you get the little stuff you put in the water to flavor water. It's like 2 drops. That's what this is. Yeah, but I'm just going to do like a shot of it.
Is it just a shot? What's it coming, like a bottle?
It's just a little bottle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like a 3-ounce bottle
Something
type
like
of deal?
that, yeah.
Okay.
So I'll wash down all the sour candy.
With sourness.
With some more sour.
It'll
sour.
It'll be a very short Torture Tuesday, but the impact it should hit you with should be outstanding.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I figured I don't know how many, so it's called Toxic Waste, and it comes like in a little drum,
like a barrel, like a 55-gallon barrel.
So it comes in a little bit of one of those. I don't know how much candy's actually in there, but I figure I'll just put most of that in my mouth.
I'll put most of that. I'm guessing it's probably just the one candy, right?
No, if not, it'd be a huge, I think there's multiple pieces of candy.
Oh, is it like nerd shaped, like little tiny pieces?
I'll open it up this week.
Just throw it all in there. Throw it all in your gullet. All right, guys, once again, good morning. We're about to hop into About Last Night. In the 6 a.m. hour, in case anyone's new, we talk about the 3 biggest stories or what we think are the most interesting stories from the day before. The first story is going to be Pepsi. They've teamed up with Peeps because they're sons of bitches. And they're doing a soda that is not available to the regular consumer.
Don't like this.
I feel like they should have made it widely available, at least very briefly.
I think so. Yeah. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning, everybody. Get the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. While you're there, like, follow, and subscribe. Story number 1, About Last Night. Spring is here. Easter's around the corner. Peep season is upon us. You a Peep guy?
No, I hate Peeps, dude.
I think I like the idea of Peeps. And then because I hate normal marshmallows. I think just a marshmallow is disgusting.
Like in a hot cocoa?
No,
You're against marshmallows?
No, tiny little marshmallows, different story. I'm talking a normal size marshmallow.
Man, you are what a sizist you are.
I'm just siding with things I know. Small is good. But a peep is a different consistency. So every year I'm like, I like peeps. Every year I realize I hate peeps.
Yeah, I'm not for them. My wife likes them. She picks up like a pack for herself because she knows. I honestly, and I'm sorry for the peep industry guys or the peep lovers out there. It sucks. They are terrible.
Your wife likes some of the worst candy. Not to get sidetracked, but she likes those.
Hey, you are a candyist over here.
Little pumpkin waxy things around Halloween.
Oh yeah, she loves those.
Those are disgusting. Anyway, Peeps teaming up with Pepsi to bring us the first ever marshmallow cola. Now it's going to come in 3 packs, 7.5-ounce cans, blue, pink, and yellow cans, just like you would get Peeps. Now the soda in each can not going to taste any different. The downside to this, you just can't go to the store and buy it.
Yeah, you have to win these 3 packs from Pepsi. So you have to go onto social media using the hashtag #HangingWithMyPeeps, spelled Peeps, for your chance to win. They said they don't even have rules for the contest, when they're going to choose winners, how they're going to choose winners, or how many packs of soda they're even going to give out. All they said, they will give away 10 grand prize winners an epic collector's package of Peeps and Pepsi. So, I mean, it's going to be very hard to get your hands on. I mean, immediately I think, if I won this, I would sell it.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I want it for the show. Like, I want to be able to, review the Pepsi Peeps, like, on the air.
Sure.
But that thing is going to be worth probably a couple $100 because of such, the uniqueness of it.
Oh, no, people are going to want it because, I mean, they're like anything else. There are fanatics when it comes to Peeps. So they're going to want to get their hands on this. So, yeah, I mean, you're easily a couple $100. Can we enter the contest just so we can sell it?
No, I'm going to. Now, the sweepstakes started yesterday, so just go on social media and put the hashtag #HangingWithMyPeeps. Now, they'll ask you to share photos of yourself doing your favorite springtime activities in a safe and socially distanced manner. So just throw a picture of your dog up and then use the hashtag, and maybe, hopefully, you'll win.
So if, like, 2 people are sitting right next to each other unmasked in the picture,
they probably
disqualify.
Yeah, they probably won't like that.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
All right. So if somebody does this and wins and isn't going to be greedy and sell it, give us a can.
Yeah, 1 can.
All we ask, 1 can. 7.5 ounces of marshmallowy cola goodness. All right, coming up next about last night, Ghost of Tsushima. It is a video game from PlayStation. You love it.
Oh, yeah, it was a fantastic game. Came out last July.
They just announced it's becoming a movie. Got details coming up. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
I'm actually really looking forward to what Sony's doing. So it's essentially Sony is taking all of their biggest games that they do like sequels for every 2 or 3 years, and they're making them all into movies and TV shows.
No, it makes so much sense because I mean the games anymore are just movies. They're epic stories. I mean you play them, but I mean they're just a story. That's what made Red Dead Redemption so good for me. It's just like it's this epic Western story that you're involved in. So I mean there's that. When do we get a Grand Theft Auto movie?
I don't know. With those 2 games, those aren't like exclusively like PlayStation owned.
That's true.
So I don't know if we'll ever get those, but they should.
Rockstar. I mean, that's the guys behind Red Dead and
Grand Theft Auto.
They should just do it themselves.
Yeah. I mean, I think. The guys from Rockstar are working on Grand Theft Auto 6 right now. They have been for 5 years.
Right.
Probably take them another 4 years to put the thing out, but I'm just more excited about that. Honestly, I want to get my hands on a new Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, so 2 more stories this hour. Then we'll also discuss the WWE Hall of Fame. As a WWE guy,
yeah,
because I'm AEW, I don't know anything about WWE. Do you like what they're doing
in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
So initially, I was very weird about it, and when they would put people in, that I'm like, that person does not deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Coco beware.
Molly Holly.
I think Molly Holly deserves it. I think she's a very underrated women's wrestler, and if she was around today in her prime, she would kill it. She was around in a time where it was more about TNA than it was about wrestling for women, and she was all about wrestling. She's just phenomenal. So, no, I still like to bitch and moan when I don't think somebody deserves it.
Sure.
But I'm at the point now, it's all fake anyway, so put whoever you want in.
Whoa. We don't talk about we don't say the F word about WWE.
But big picture stuff, I don't care anymore. Because, I mean, Great Khali is going in this year. One of the worst wrestlers in the history of the company, of the business. But I mean, he was such a big star, and he was a movie star in India,
Yeah.
and he did movies in the United States. So, I mean, he's getting in because they brought him in because he opened the door to the country of India for the WWE. So, I
Right.
mean, I get 100% why he's going.
That's a more complimentary Hall of Fame. Raven Dantes goes, Molly Holly deserves it as a pioneer for women wrestlers.
Dude, I'm right there with you. She is so underrated.
God dang.
She's just phenomenal.
All right. Well, hot dang, man. What else is going on this weekend? I know we talked about Two Tides, Hopatomica are doing their markets. We're going out there. Oh, speaking of, cross your fingers. Got a hold of a guy who does MF and hot sauce here in Savannah, and we're hopefully going to be working with him on doing a specialty line of show hot sauces.
That's just amazing.
That not only will we have featured on the show, but also you'll be able to buy. So
that would be great.
Yeah, so we're working with those guys. We're actually got a little beer meeting with them tomorrow, and hopefully something good comes from that.
That'd be great. I think that's such a cool idea. And it's on brand.
It's completely on brand. For the brand, people. For the brand. All right, we're in commercial break right now. Let's do a little answer the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, and you can't forget about Kane. I think when it comes to the 2021 list, when I look at it,
Kane.
Kane is the only one where I'm like, yeah, that dude deserves it.
No, Kane, I mean, that guy, it's like Undertaker light. I mean, I know he played his brother, and the character is the same kind of vibe with the supernatural stuff. But to be able to take that character for over 20 years, I mean, I know he was, he had previous characters prior to Kane, but to take that character and I mean, it changed throughout the years, as did the Undertaker. But to take it and be able to run with it, and he can still come out, and you're still like, it's Kane, holy crap,
Yeah.
So I mean, to me, that's amazing. Yeah, 100% deserves to be in.
I love that he even at this point where everyone knows that he has zero hair, he shows up in the wig.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, and yes, Mayor Kane. I saw his video where Undertaker called him up and he starts crying. He starts whimpering. I wouldn't say he cried. Kane kind of crying, knowing he was going into the Hall of Fame. Like, speaking of not on brand, bad look.
And so Kane's going in before the Undertaker because the Undertaker's not in yet. I mean, I guess he just officially retired. But I get it. I mean, because The Rock's not in yet either. So they're going to want to wait until.
Yeah, they're going to have a couple great years in a row where
Yeah.
they can do an Undertaker, a Rock. Stone Cold's in, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Triple H individually is not in, but I think because he went in as DX, I think he'll do the McMahon thing because everybody's like, Vince McMahon should be in the Hall of Fame. And he's like, as long as he is alive, he will not put himself in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay.
So I think Triple H will do the same thing. He went in with DX, but I don't think he'll ever go in by himself.
Okay, that makes sense. Let's see. Let's answer the internet. If there was a database of your lifetime internet history, how much money would it take for you to make it public?
And you say that if there was, there totally is. I don't know, $5 million.
$5 million?
Pay me.
Wow.
You want to see what I was up to? Pay me.
All right, guys, drop your answers in the chat right now. If there's a database of your lifetime internet history, how much money would it take for you to make it public? Thing is, like right when the internet started, I don't honestly remember what I searched for, and that could be really problematic.
That's fair.
I'm just going to say no.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it?
I'm just going to say no. Flat out no. Because I don't know what young me was looking into, and it probably would be very hard to explain as a much older me. So I'm going to go ahead and say no. Yeah, Raven Dantes goes, there's not enough money for that. Exactly. Once again, if you guys have a number, go ahead and drop it into the chat. But if there was a database of your lifetime internet history, how much money would you take to make it public? Cotter says $5 million. I think that's a good enough money, good enough amount of money, but not for me.
I get it.
All right, we're about 2.5 minutes out. We're going to jump right into our second story of the day. This is going to be about Sony Playstation. If you're a PlayStation fan, well, you're going to love this news. They're pretty much taking all their video games and they're making movies and TV shows out of them.
So I've got to sit around work until about 1 so I can pick up my kid. But 10 o'clock hits, I'm done. I'm just done doing work today. 10 o'clock.
You're just going to sit in your
I'm
office?
just going to sit in my office. You know what? I'll nap in my office. I don't care. Quick nap.
Yeah, I think I'm probably going to be out by 11 today, but I have some video work I've been wanting to get done. So I'm going to go home and work on videos, and then I may take a little bit of a nap.
Yeah.
Okay, once again, about 90 seconds out from jumping back on the air here at Rock 106.1. Going to be talking about Sony Playstation movies and TV series that are going to be coming out here in the next few weeks and months. And then our last story about last night is going to be about a jockey over in England and his affinity for cocaine.
He loves the smell of it.
Okay. 30 seconds out, guys.
All right, we'll be right back. Good morning. Get the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. All right, story number 2 about last night. Now, we know we're getting the Uncharted movie starring Tom Holland.
Coming out July 16th.
Is it that soon?
July 16th.
Nice. HBO Max working on the TV show based on The Last of Us featuring Pedro Pascal. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think that's going to come out next year.
Yeah. And now Sony Pictures and PlayStation Productions have announced they're developing a movie based on the game Ghost of Tsushima. Now, this thing was huge. First 3 days out, sold 2.5 million units.
Yeah.
3 days.
Yeah, incredible stuff. I think it wound up selling close to 5-6 million units up to this point at least. And this game is so much fun. I actually played it during the pandemic. Essentially, if you want to play a live-action samurai movie, then you want to play this game. Too much fun, honestly. And now it is officially becoming a film being done by the dudes who did John Wick. Their action in their movies, well, of course, with guns, are very incredible. This game will not have guns. I don't think so. I don't think there was actually there was no guns in the game at all.
Sure.
So this thing is going to be, man, I mean, if it's anything as good as the game, it is going to be outstanding.
It's just funny to think how, and we talked about this the other day, how for decades, you never really got a good video game movie. I mean, there's so many bad ones. But now it looks like we could be to the golden age of video game movies.
We've had a decade of great comic book movies. Bring on the video game movies. These are two mediums that are so well positioned to jump into the TV and like movie genres. I mean, once again, we talked about this earlier this week. Like, it's stunning that it hasn't already happened. And then Sony, PlayStation people, they've actually made a division for their films. Like, they are actively working on bringing all of their franchises to more of a movie or TV series based medium, which is awesome for us because we live in the world of digital streaming and they need content. And this is the content I want to see because I'm familiar with it.
Well, I mean, I think Rockstar needs to do this next because, I mean, you've got Grand Theft Auto. You got, I mean, is it NC-17 if they release a Grand Theft Auto?
They could probably get away with it like on HBO, I think.
Red Dead Redemption?
A good old Western would be cool.
Wouldn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
that would be awesome. And I mean, these games are basically movies unto themselves that you're just a part of. So, I mean, there's an instant connection to them. So, I mean, it just makes perfect sense.
If I can go to the strip club and pet a dog in a video game, I want to see it on the TV screen.
You'd have to do it too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how many little in things from a game like Grand Theft Auto do they have to throw in the movie, like Easter egg style, that they can hide? But the list would be massive.
Lots of driving scenes in like a Grand Theft Auto movie or TV series, but with like the best music soundtrack. Actually, they just drive around like in circles for hours, and I'm just listening to the music.
Well, that's it. I mean, the game is known for the radio stations. Yeah. I'm applying now for the job of radio DJ in the unannounced, never may happen movie of Grand Theft Auto.
Well, you got to be way over the top.
I can
way
do that.
Over the top. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Like that old 70s DJ thing. You should do that.
Bring it on. I am in. All right, one more story to go for About Last Night. A horse jockey in England did all of the cocaine. We've got details coming up. Here's Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
It is a beautiful game. Seriously, I mean, that's the cool thing about the game. Speaking of Zack Snyder's black and white version of Justice League, there is a thing in the game where you can play Kurosawa mode.
Okay.
So essentially, Kurosawa was a movie director that did a bunch of samurai movies.
Seven Samurai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he did that like scratchy black and white kind of look. So you can actually just like turn a filter on, and that's what the game looks. You can actually play the game so the audio is a little distorted and everything.
Right.
So they call it Kurosawa mode, and they actually got the permission from the estate of Kurosawa to actually do that.
See,
so
that's pretty cool.
That's a very cool thing that they did in the game. I turned it on for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, nah, it's not for me. But
kind of like the black and white version of
exactly.
Justice League.
Yeah.
It's not for anybody.
It's just pretty cool. It's pretty cool, though. It's a beautiful game. They pulled a Scarface. Oh, yeah, this next story, man. This next story is crazy.
Yeah, Scarface, just instead of guns, it involves horses.
Yeah, this next story is a story that I text message Cotter last night, like at 10 o'clock. I was laying on the couch, about ready to go to bed. I'm like, this is too good. I got to shoot this to him. All right, good morning, guys. Up next, like we said, here in about 3 minutes, we have our last story of About Last Night, and then we'll have one more break in the 6 o'clock hour where we'll talk about the WWE and all our Hall of Famers that are going in from last year when they didn't do one and this year.
So went to one Hall of Fame induction ceremony, one of the WrestleManias I went to. It was pretty cool. I mean, it's not one of those things I feel I need to do again, depending on who was going in, but it was neat.
Who was about to who went in on the Hall of Fame induction that you went into?
Kurt Angle, was he? No, was that the year after? Rock and Roll Express went in.
What year was it?
It was the first. It was the Orlando WrestleMania. So what was that, 34? I think I might still have pictures. Let's see who else went in there.
Yeah, HBO Max is about to kill it. Godzilla vs. Kong, then Mortal Kombat, and Ghosts.
Yeah, I'm super excited about the Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong, that's next weekend. Reviews are really great on it. I'm excited about that one. I'm going to watch that at home, but I'm actually going to go to the movie theater for the first time since the pandemic hit and go see Mortal Kombat.
Let's see.
WrestleMania 33, which would be 2017.
Yep.
Looks like he had Teddy Long, Kurt Angle, DDP, Rock and Roll Express.
Oh, and Rick Rude.
Rick Rude's dead, isn't he?
He is. They do the posthumous inductions occasionally. Like British Bulldog, he was part of the 2020 class, so he'll go in this year.
Oh, okay. And he's dead, right?
Yeah.
His son is in AEW, right?
I don't know. Brian Pillman's kid's in AEW. British Bulldog does have a son that wrestles, but I don't know if he's in AEW. He might be. I know Brian Pillman Jr. Mullet and all.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Hall of Fame induction, it's cool. Like I said, I don't think I'd do it again. I mean, definitely we'll go back to WrestleMania, but it would depend on, like if in Texas, it's in Texas next year, so if they would induct The Undertaker, I might go to that.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Those tickets are going to be expensive.
You would think. They'll jack them up for that, yeah. All right, guys, under a minute to go. Talking about Adrian McCarthy.
You don't know him quite well, but you'll know him after this story.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Check out the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I got one more story to go and about last night. It is about a 42-year-old horse jockey in England, Adrian McCarthy. Adrian likes
Yes, he does.
all of the cocaine. He was recently suspended, I think, 6 months because he failed a drug test for cocaine. Now, this guy had 1,000 times over the threshold limit of the metabolics of cocaine in his body. I don't get the medical side of it, but over 1,000 times?
I just love that in horse racing in England, you could have a little bit of cocaine. You could have just like as a little treat, maybe just before the race or just after, maybe if you win or lose, just a little bumpski, before you jump on, a four-legged beast and run around in circles. No, this is incredible because, yeah, he had 1,000 times the legal amount. Now, he said he did it just before that race, the week leading into it, and he hasn't done it ever since, I swear to God. But, dude, this dude, he's insane.
Now,
does he remember riding? I mean, or did he win that day?
That I don't know.
More importantly.
Now, I mean, you're sitting on a horse. I mean, what? How heavy's a horse? I don't know. But you're on the horse.
Heavy.
You got to be in control of the horse.
Right.
I mean, cocaine's going to give you that kick in the ass, get you going.
Actually, your question's too good. Let me Google it. Keep going.
But, I mean, think about it. I mean, jockeys are shorter gentlemen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to be in control of this massive beast.
Up to a ton.
Look at that.
800 pounds to 2,000 pounds, which is a ton. Yeah. Horses can be very, very heavy.
I mean, a jockey's got to weigh, what, 120 pounds?
Yeah, they're very light.
So, I mean, you got to be in control of this massive animal.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you just need a little kick-me,
Maybe he was just tired from the night before. I mean, we're tired sometimes when we come and do the morning show. Is there a threshold for our company on doing cocaine? Because I would think about doing cocaine.
I would never say that on the radio.
Right.
I'm guessing the threshold for
That's
our company is...
That's you.
I'm guessing the threshold for our company is 0 cocaine.
Okay.
Just going to throw that out
Well,
there.
I'm just saying if there was a drug guy on the show, I think I would probably be it.
Now, I had a friend in college, and he moved out to California, eventually trying to become an actor.
Was his name Cotter?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay.
He moved out to California, wanted to become an actor. He did some things commercial-wise, made some money. But his thing was he wanted to know what drugs were like if he ever had to play a drug addict.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how far he ever took this.
Right.
But, I mean, in college, he's like, I want to do heroin. I want to do cocaine.
Wow.
I mean, he wanted to try it. So if he ever got a role as a drug addict, he'd have...
All right, a basis for it.
He'd know where to start.
And he's dead now.
No,
so rest in peace.
I haven't heard from him forever, but I don't think
he's definitely dead.
No, he's not dead. But, I mean, I'm like, acting's cool and all, but
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to go that far?
Acting's cool, but have you ever tried cocaine?
No, there's none left. This jockey took it all. All right, that is about last night. Coming up, we're going to talk WWE Hall of Fame. 4 people have been announced so far for the 2021 class. I'm not sure they'll add to it since they're doubling up.
Probably not.
I think this is going to be about Max. So we'll break that story down. Coming up, it's the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. Yeah, no, remember it was over a decade ago when Altel was still a phone?
Yes.
Altel Chad, skinny blonde guy? It was him. And it was just like, he was like, I got to know, man, if I ever get a role, what's heroin like? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what heroin's like. Well, I'm going to have to try it, man. I think I'm going to have to do this and this. I'm like, no, you shouldn't. Don't do that.
I love that he was committed to the process.
He was, dude, uber committed.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, he ended up making enough money doing. He was on. He had a small role on a TV show on Fox that lasted only a handful of episodes, but he did enough commercials to where he moved his entire family out to California. I mean, he made enough money doing commercials to where, I mean, he was the spokesman for the Alltel stuff. Moved his whole family out to California. I think he's still there.
Good for him. All right, WWE. Here we go. So the Great Khali, who you brought up earlier, who is getting inducted into the WWE, Hall of Fame for 2021. So I have a buddy who's a big-time WWE guy, and he actually found the Great Khali's Facebook page, his personal Facebook page, and tagged him and said, congratulations.
Right.
So I looked. I'm like, who do you say congratulations to?
Oh, Daib Singh or something? Yeah.
And he hasn't updated his personal Facebook page in quite some time, but he is the worst social media guy I've ever seen in my life. Never promoted a single thing, but it's like a bunch of like selfies from the ugliest man in the history of ever. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that guy. Also, not great photos. Also, back in the day, he used to be crazy in shape. Like he was very muscular. He is not so much anymore. He's got the pure dad bod going on.
He had that in WWE for after a while. He was. I mean, I don't know because I want to say he was a movie star in India, and I mean, or just uber popular in India. Mm-hmm. And by the time he got to the WWE, even in the beginning, I don't think. I mean, he wasn't overly athletic, so I don't know if
the dude could barely move.
Yeah, and so one of his big moves was just like a chop to the top of people's heads,
right?
And everybody's like, he just hit you. There was no polling of that. When you went down, you went down.
Oh, Great Khali. Let's go ahead and jump into another Debate the Internet question while we're in commercials here on Rock 106.1 in Savannah, Georgia. Cotter, if you were stuck on an island for a year and could only have one picture of a celebrity to make love to yourself to, whose picture would you take?
I'll go back to Anne Margaret. We talked about her the other day. She wasn't dead because it was the question about if you'd have sex with a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Anne Margaret, man. I don't know what it is about her, but she does it for me.
You know what? We've met her before. I'll take the most beautiful showgirl I know, Roxy Delight.
There you go.
Roxy Delight. She made me motorboat her, and I fell in love.
She made me motorboat her?
Yeah, at the show. At her show that night.
Okay, yeah.
Araven Dante's Kate Beckinsale. That's a good one.
That's a good one. Roxy Delight was just fun as hell.
Yeah, she was fun.
She just loved life.
She got it.
Yeah.
How old is Kate Beckinsale?
I don't know.
She looks amazing. She was dating Pete Holmes just like a year ago. Kate Beckinsale, I think, is in her 50s. 47.
Okay. That's not old. 47, not old.
Yeah, but I mean, like, she's looking good.
That's fair.
She moisturizes. Yeah, I love the underworld movies too. Little weird movies. I wish they do a little bit more in those films. Like take a couple more years off. Then give me like a new underworld series, and then she could be like, she could pop up for a cameo.
Yeah.
I don't think we really talked about it yesterday. We're not talking about National Treasure today, are we?
No, we weren't.
Yeah, there was a National Treasure story that popped up that they're going to do like a Disney Plus show, but not another movie. Yeah, it's the dumbest thing ever.
I got super excited when I saw it because I love those movies. I think both of them are underrated.
Yeah.
And when I saw Nicolas Cage wasn't involved, I was like, oh, that sucks. And then I saw it was just TV, this TV show, and I'm like, oh, that sucks. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, a TV show could be cool. I mean, I get Nicolas Cage probably not wanting to commit to a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, do another. They set it up, the whole Book of Secrets thing, damn it.
I would love to rewatch it. Actually, so I was talking to my wife last night. We're big horror movie aficionados.
Mm-hmm.
And today, obviously, I wake up early. She's actually probably up right now. She's going to work in Rincon today as a dental hygienist. We're going to stay in tonight and watch an old school horror film. You ever seen The Wicker Man before? Speaking of Nicolas Cage,
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
So it was an original. It's a remake.
Yeah,
but I've never seen The Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage, so I'm going to watch that tonight and see how that is. I've heard good things.
At one point in time, I knew the concept of the movie. Is it about a town that has something going on in it?
Something about the plague, like the
Okay.
plague comes along. I don't know. I'm not for sure, but yeah, I'm going to watch The Wicker Man, and then another movie I've been dying to watch because I don't know if I've ever really seen it, The Original Thing.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Up in their Alaska research lab. Crazy shit happens. Raven Dantes goes, the original was great. Second was good. With the National Treasure, yeah. Still worthy of doing another sequel. I mean, we've gotten some trilogies that did not need to happen, guys. But I would money in for a National Treasure.
So we talked the other day about how I went and watched Wild Things by myself at the movie theater and was completely uncomfortable. So there was a day when National Treasure, I think it was the second one. When the second one came out, I was at work and I'm like, I'm bored. Go watch a movie. I went and caught like the 1 o'clock in the afternoon, just all by myself sitting there. Went back to work afterwards. I'm like, I needed that.
Yeah.
I mean, now that we're doing the morning thing, this could be once theaters are up and running. Shoot, maybe catch an early movie, get done to work, go catch a movie. Try not to fall asleep.
Try not to fall asleep. That'll be difficult for you. We're going to put you in a big dark room.
Best $10 nap ever. Yeah, you're right. Book of Secrets as a TV show would be great because it could be a different secret every episode. That would be cool as shit.
Did you see we only got 50 seconds. But
Yeah.
did you see the Georgia voting law that just went through where people can no longer hand people food or water in long voting lines? That's seriously, Kemp just signed that into law yesterday.
That makes no sense, man. Because that's going to influence my vote. Thanks for the water. I'll switch my vote now.
Oh, this bottle says Biden on it? I was actually thinking about him. So stupid.
That's bizarre. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Happy Friday. Be sure to get the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We're under 3 weeks away from WrestleMania. Every year with WrestleMania, WWE has their Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Didn't happen last year because everything got canceled.
Mm-hmm.
But we are going to get a ceremony this year, and it's going to lump together last year's and this year's. It's going to go down Tuesday, April 6th. You'll be able to watch it on Peacock, which is now the home of all of WWE's content. And it's going to be pre-recorded, which is a smart move because the Hall of Fame induction ceremony can tend to run long.
Right.
Because everybody inducted, there's no time limit really on their speech. I think Hillbilly Jim talked for about an hour.
Really?
A couple years ago. I mean, there was a joke that he's just still talking. I mean, it was that bad. And I love Hillbilly Jim. I didn't need an hour, of you thanking everybody in your career.
10 minutes probably was the max. They should have pulled the Grammys and turned the music on.
So here's who was in the 2020 class last year who didn't get a ceremony, but will be part of this year's. The NWO.
Oh, hell yes.
Not all 437 members. It's Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Sean Waltman.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I think that's fair. The Bella Twins.
No, I don't care.
JBL.
Also don't care.
Bradshaw? The APA? Come on.
Has the APA gone in?
They're not together.
Yeah, then I don't care. JBL with the Texas businessman, oil man. Get the hell out of here.
I mean, Ron Simmons went in a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they could go in as the APA. British Bulldog, so deserving. Jushin Thunder Liger, who only had like one match in the WWE. He's a Japanese wrestler. Had like the really ornate mask that he wrestled in. So he's going in. I mean, and WWE's kind of started doing that. They've brought in people that didn't wrestle for them, and they put them in the Hall of Fame, so he deserves that. Batista was supposed to go in last year.
Mm-hmm.
He's not part of the ceremony this year, and he spoke to WWE and wants to hold off until they can do it in front of a live crowd.
Right.
Which I get. That makes sense. But going in this year, there's 4 so far. Don't know if they're going to add to it. You've got Kane, and this makes sense.
Kane's the most deserving one out of the 4 that I see on this list.
He debuted in 1997. Of course, the scripted brother of The Undertaker.
Probably the best story WWE's ever done.
Dude, what's his name? I can't think of the
Undertaker.
Bruce Pritchard, the guy that does the podcast with Conrad Thompson. He named his kid Kane because he was so into the character. He was with the company when they debuted Kane. He named his kid Kane after them. So, but no, I mean, he's like The Undertaker. You know, to be able to have a career spanning multiple decades and basically play the same character. I mean, yes, the character changed as it went, which is fine. You got to evolve.
Sure.
But to be able to do that as one character, I mean, so impressive. And yeah, he deserves to be in, hands down. Also going in, which I'm surprised is happening, Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, he was actually just on AEW television like a couple weeks ago, the competitor to WWE. But yeah, I mean, he made his name in WCW. He was in WWE for a bit, on and off, for a while. So whatever.
Well, I mean, it was the fact that when he was in WCW, he was the vice president of wrestling. He was in charge of the whole thing. Historically beat the WWE for 83 straight weeks in the ratings, and I mean, just had a very on-screen rivalry with Vince McMahon. And then eventually did come to the WWE. So I think he deserves it. I'm kind of surprised that they're putting him in, but I'm happy they are. Molly Holly is going in.
Cool.
Dude, she so deserves it. She is so underrated. I mean, she came in at a time where it was more about looks than, wrestling ability. If she was in her prime now, she could hold her own with anybody who wrestles. She was way ahead of her time, super underrated. So very happy she's going in. And then finally, the Great Khali.
Are they putting him in or just a statue of him? Because I'm pretty sure both are the same one another.
I think they're putting him in.
Okay.
So we talked about it a little bit. I, in the beginning, was a diehard, this person can't go in. What are you doing? Why are you putting this guy in the Hall of Fame? Now I don't care. I get it. I get why he's going in. He opened the door for the company to the country of India because Khali was a movie star in India before he started wrestling. I mean, he was in The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler a year before he went to WWE.
An Indian movie classic.
Well, okay, that was, but no, he got to start over in India. So I don't know, man. I agree. Kane is the most deserving.
Yeah.
Eric Bischoff deserving. Molly Holly deserving. And for the reasons they're putting the Great Khali in, I get it.
Sure.
You can watch
watch
the Hall of Fame induction ceremony Tuesday night, April 6th on Peacock. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show coming up at 7 o'clock. We take your calls, comments, and text. What did you love as a kid but hate as an adult? It's coming up. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
We call Peacock the cock at my house.
The cock.
You watching the cock? Oh, man. All right, so we are taking your phone calls here in just a little bit about things that you loved as a child or wanted badly as a child that you hate as an adult. Like, obviously, growing up. Growing up's the obvious one. When you're a kid, you're like, I just want to grow up. I want to get away from these people who are annoying me. I want to get out of my own. And then once you are, you're like, actually, that kid thing wasn't the worst.
It was awesome. Yeah, no,
I agree 100%. WWE saved me $10 a month going to Peacock.
100%, man. I love that.
I heard some negative stuff just recently. I think I saw it yesterday that the Peacock is going to take some stuff out of the network because...
Well, the two that I saw, I get. I mean, it was the match between Piper and Hitman Hart at an early WrestleMania where Roddy Piper was half in blackface, which not.
Why was he half in blackface?
I don't. No, not Hart. He was wrestling. Was it Bad News Brown? Wrestling Bad News Brown. It had something to do with the storyline. It wasn't good then. It
hasn't aged well.
It does not hold up well now. And the other thing is when Vince McMahon dropped the N-word on SmackDown in front of Booker T. Now, it was scripted. It was a part of, everything. But once again, wasn't a good idea then. Doesn't look good now. I get why Peacock wants nothing to do with either of those.
Okay, I get that.
I support their decision.
I just saw the headline, then I saw a picture of Roddy Piper in half blackface. I'm like, I don't know what that is, but I'm going to keep scrolling.
Yeah, no. No.
Talking about internet history, I'm like, I don't want anyone to see me click on this story. This is bad news.
It wasn't good then, not good now. So,
all right, guys, thanks for hanging around this morning. 7 o'clock hour. Here's what we got lined up. We're going to take your calls. We're going to talk about what did you love as a kid but hate as an adult. Banana fan, did you say a wife? We'll obviously play back your calls if we get calls there, and obviously talk about your comments that you'll drop in the stream. We'll talk a little preview of Sweet 16 Elite 8 weekend. Games are obviously going on Saturday and Sunday, I think only this week.
Yeah.
And there's none on Monday, right?
Nope.
Then obviously Cotter and Marshall Madness, our bracket challenge, where you guys could enter a few weeks back to win an Xbox Series X bundle continues. And then NBA trade deadline yesterday. Crazy stuff. Some big trades went down, but we're actually not even really interested in the big
I don't
trades.
care about that.
We're going to talk about all the Garys that got traded yesterday. And then one Gary has a crazy story where his father was pretty much in the same position and got traded, but this all happened like a couple decades later. It's crazy. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. We can also remind everybody of the Torture Tuesday. The loser of Cotter Marshall Madness must face.
The beach is too much of a hassle to go and then cleaning up the sand. I'd rather go to a pool.
Dude, I didn't even think of that. That's such a good call.
And people may hate on me for this. The beach is so overrated. Like, I love going to the beach and looking at the beach, but being on the beach, I could go without it.
I like going to the beach and just, as a kid, we went, vacation a lot in Daytona and spent a lot of time on the beach playing, doing all this crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome. Now, if I can just go, take a chair, a cooler of beer, and sit there for a couple hours and hang out all day long, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I would rather sit on a very, what's the place called? Why can't is it just Fanny's?
Yeah, Fanny's.
And they have that, top story thing.
Yeah.
Like, if I could sit there, right on the edge and watch people on the beach while getting served pina coladas, that's my preferred method of beaching.
Yeah, I get that.
Later on today on the show, also, we have Beer for Breakfast, our favorite segment, because we get to drink on our jobs, which is pretty cool. Tony from Wicked Weed. Actually, hold on. Let me get his official title. Tony will be coming in with Wicked Weed beer. And my computer is broken. Here we go. Nope, I don't have his official title in my email. I think I have his card, but I don't know if it's at my desk or if it's at my desk at my house. So
Right.
If I run over to my desk, we'll see if it's there. But anyway, I think he's the sales manager for the Savannah area.
Okay.
Not based in Savannah. I think he's actually out of North Carolina, but he comes to Savannah a couple times a month to obviously push Wicked Weed. Yeah, once again, if you want to drop in the chat anything that you may have loved as a child but hate as an adult, please do so. We'll talk about that, and then obviously take your phone calls as well here on the radio station.
Do you want to go through some of the list that was on there and then go through some of this, hit up the number again, then come back and give some of ours? And then see what kind of calls or reactions we get that way.
Yeah, let's do like the first 3 or 4 on the first break, and then we'll call it up, and then I could even let's see if we get any more comments in the stream, we could bring that up on 2.
Yep, I got 3 from Facebook.
Yeah, I'll do the stream. I'll bring up the beach on the stream from Arabian Dantes, and then
During the which break? Second?
The second break.
Okay. Yeah, there's Red had a pretty good one, and then there's a couple short ones.
Cool.
All right, we got about 2.5 minutes. Don't forget, we've got Fire Away Friday coming up as well.
Yeah, make sure to go to the Facebook page of Rock 106.1, right?
Yeah, or work release program. Damn it, Cotter and Marshall.
Yep. And you can go vote for that there. But I think we're going to do 3 Chester Bennington songs. One of them is Linkin Park's Paper Cut, and that's the one that's winning right now.
Yeah, that one's dominating. We got a song when he was with STP called Out of Time, which I went back and listened to.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's still good.
Yeah.
It's such a good. And the beauty of it is, it sounds like Stone Temple Pilots. Even with Chester singing, it's just that they kind of got that groovy vibe that STP had.
Yeah, I mean, they have like the DeLeo brothers. I
Yeah.
mean, they're blues enthusiasts, so they brought it to their guitar playing for that rock band.
Yeah.
That's why it always succeeded so well.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell with that song. And then Grey Day, Sickness, which was his band prior to Linkin Park, where they recently re-released an album they did years ago.
You know what was weird with STP? If you go back and listen to their first album, Core, their second album, Purple, and then obviously Tiny Music, which was their third album, they went from, okay, we're going to try to be a hard rock band.
Yeah.
And then they realized we can't really be that because now they had some success with Core.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They're like, oh, wait, we're actually this bluesy kind of rock and roll band. And then they just really went hard after that for the second and third album. That's what they became after that, which I actually really do enjoy.
Tiny Music, man. I love that record. I think it's fantastic.
I've got a story. If we have enough time, depending on how how long Tony's in the studio, we'll do a story about a 25th anniversary.
25 years.
Yeah, 25 years that the album's been out. So
I remember we got 45 seconds. Keep it quick. I had just started in being the stunt boy on a morning show when that album came out and Big Bang Baby and all that stuff was playing, because I remember playing it or having it be played as I was in the studio. Lamb and Company.
That show's still doing good, huh?
Yeah, it's great. Lytle's still around, man. All right, got about 20. We'll be right back. Be sure to get the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. While you're there, like, follow, and subscribe. Also, today is Fire Away Friday, coming up during the 8 o'clock hour. Going to play a song of your choosing. 3 songs today, all about Chester Bennington. Last weekend would have been his 45th birthday, so we got 3 songs to pick from. During his time with STP, song Out of Time, Grey Days, and Sickness, and Linkin Park's Paper Cuts. You can vote now at the Cotter and Marshall Show or Rock 106.1 Facebook pages. So today we're taking your calls, comments, and texts at 800-394-1061. It's pretty simple today. What did you love as a kid but hate as an adult?
Chores, mostly. Chores. Like,
did you love those as a kid, though?
No, I was actually cool with doing them. Because I would always, my parents would actually pay me. It was like a job. It was my first job, so I always got money to run up and get oatmeal pies or something from the convenience store. Like, I don't know, I actually didn't mind doing chores.
Oatmeal pie.
Yeah, little oatmeal pie. Give me a little fudge round. I would mow the lawn or take the trash out because I knew I would be getting cash money for those chores.
That's weird because I actually hated them as a kid, and I don't mind most of that stuff as an adult now. Mowing the yard, throwing some music, get it done in 45 minutes. Yeah. Even dishes. I hated dishes as a kid. Not that I love doing them now, but it just doesn't bother me. I'm good with it.
Yeah,
fine, whatever.
I don't want to. I hate doing chores as an adult. I don't like doing my own laundry or vacuuming the floor or paying my taxes. Oh, I know that's just all terrible things.
So this was a big topic on Reddit the other day, and one of the top things on that list, and I agree with this 100%, getting mail. I mean, as a kid, you go to the post office.
Oh, yeah.
And you'd get like a letter, and you're like, this is the coolest thing ever. Now as an adult, because all it is bills or junk mail anymore.
It's all junk mail. Especially during, the political season, the absolute worst. I can only imagine how many trees had to die for both the Democratic and Republican parties for me to completely ignore every single thing they sent me.
If they would have taken that money and given it to a charity, how much good work could they have done?
Anything. They could have literally done anything with that stuff. Save your mail order nonsense, please, political people.
So one of yours, and it was number 2 on this list, growing up. I mean, because as a kid, you're like, I want to be older. I want to enjoy life as an adult. Now you're an adult, and you're like, being a kid was kind of cool.
Yeah, being kid was awesome. You didn't have to worry about car insurance. Yeah, my parents just took care of my car insurance right when I was a kid. I mean, I had 2 years of free car insurance. That was nice. I had all sorts of other stuff.
What about carnival rides?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I still kind of enjoy. It's a little bit of my heart's, I guess, a carny. I still enjoy.
You got a mullet, so yes,
yeah, right here,
more than just your heart.
Yeah, I like carnival rides still, man. I still love going on roller coasters.
No, I love roller coasters, and I always have. But as a kid, it's like you'd get on the ones that just spun.
Yeah, like the tilt-a-whirls.
Can't do those anymore, man.
That's the only one where I'm like, I know I'm not really into. But just about any other carny ride, I'd probably be into.
We went a couple years ago. Took my kid to Valdosta and Wild Adventure, and they have one that just spun. Mm-hmm. And we went on it once, and I went, I'm gonna get sick. And we got off it. My kid is like, I want to do that one again. I'm like, I'll stand right here. Go to it. I'll watch. I couldn't do it anymore.
I went to Six Flags, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, and I went on this Green Lantern ride where you like stand up. Okay. And it has like the side cushions for your head. Well, I don't know if I have like the neck stability to go on it, but like I honestly came off that ride. I thought I had a concussion because my head was just smacking the sides of it. I think I walked up. I had to say, guys, I need to sit down for a second. But I mean, outside of that, I love all carny rides that don't give me concussions.
What about public swimming pools? Because as a kid, going to the pool was like the best thing ever.
For a guy who grew up in the smallest town in the history of recorded man, you probably didn't even have a pool.
We had a public pool.
Really?
Yes.
I thought you would probably have a crick.
Okay, we're going down to the swimming hole.
The swimming hole. I'm just saying, yeah, as a kid, dude, I loved to go to the public pool. I mean, all my friends were there. Yeah. We're all chilling and everything. But now, I actually bought a house with a pool, so I never had to go to another public pool.
Because, I mean, I love a pool. Pools are great.
Yeah.
But I don't want to deal with anybody's kids.
Nope.
I don't want to deal with all the people.
I don't want to hear your music.
No.
I don't want to hear any crying because, little Bobby pushed down little Sally, running around the pool.
What did you do as a kid that you loved but hate as an adult? Call, comment, and text now, 800-394-1061. You can comment on the stream or social media. We'll take your calls next. What did you love as a kid but hate as an adult? It's the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061. Latest from the Pretty Reckless, and so it went. Rock 1061.
Morning, Gibby.
Gibby! Dude, the picture you sent with the Whoops All Shrimp edition of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, genius. Gonna post that later today.
Great news, guys. We've been told that our boss has bought our red flashing lights for our phone.
That's true.
We don't know if that's true or not, but we've been told he did.
So do you think you just finally wore him down? He's like, Jesus, I need to stop hearing from Marshall about the damn red light.
Yeah, I probably did. I called him out in the manager's meeting.
You broke him.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to do that. Get what you need. Not what you want, but what you need. Are we taking bets on how long it's going to take to get it installed? Yes. I would say, well, the moment we get it, Tim, I think, is going to be excited about this project.
Yeah.
If Tim is excited, Tim, the engineer, if he's excited about a project, he will get something done pretty quickly. Phil goes, I love flying on a plane in turbulence as a kid, but now every time I fly, my anxiety gets worse and worse. I have a mini heart attack during landing.
I get that.
My first time flying as a kid, I was like 17 years old.
Yeah.
I flew out to the Seattle area to see family, and we were on an empty plane. And the stewardess hated me because I was so excited. I would like jump up and like get out of my seat. They're like, please sit down. Please sit down. Please sit down for like 5 hours.
First time I flew, I was 18. And it was, I had like a tiny, it was like a puddle hopper from Peoria, Illinois to like St. Louis. And then I hopped on a bigger plane.
Sure.
And it was the first time I'm flying. I was excited. I got on the plane. An attractive younger woman, my age, sat next to me. I'm like,
sure,
nice.
Yeah.
Talked to her the whole trip. We took off, and there was so much turbulence. Cold sweats, thought I was going to puke. So the entire time, I'm just going, don't puke on her. Don't. I mean, I didn't say 2 words to her because I thought it was, if I opened my mouth, I was going to vomit.
Did you find the puke bag?
I saw it. It was right in front of me. I kept an eye on it because, I mean, seriously, cold sweats, just sweating.
Gross.
It was.
I'll bring up the Beach and Phil story here
Okay.
on the second break.
Okay.
And then you will bring up the comments there.
Yeah.
You just want to go first, and I'll do the second half?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Guys, thanks for hanging out on this Friday.
I got a couple more from like mine if we want to talk about, or personal ones. Do we want to do those?
Why don't we save those for a possible third break?
Sounds good.
Yeah, personally, I didn't really have any.
I had a couple,
personal
yeah.
ones here. So, yeah, we'll save those for a possible third. If we want to ditch it, we could just do something else on that third break if we feel like ditching the bit there.
Yeah.
But you never know. Vic could call in.
I'm guessing Vic doesn't remember his childhood.
You think?
Yeah.
I feel like he probably remembers the worst parts.
Well, that's all we need.
Yeah.
Call us with the worst parts, Vic.
Yeah, Vic remembered that he almost drowned about a dozen times because he got too drunk. So
In his tub.
Yeah.
All right, guys, got about 20 seconds. Be right back. So we're taking your calls, comments, and texts this morning, 800-394-1061. Today's question is pretty simple. What did you do as a kid that you absolutely loved, but as an adult, you absolutely hate it? Had a couple good ones on Facebook last night. Robert, Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, yeah.
That's
No,
all
I
you need
get
to
that.
say.
Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese.
I mean, as a kid, it was like, it was Kid Vegas. You go in, you're dropping coins,
Yeah.
you're getting the tickets, you're trading them in for crappy little prizes.
You're strutting
like,
around.
I'm
the champ.
the best thing ever. But the first time you take your kids to Chuck E. Cheese, you realize the hell you put your parents through.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a couple birthday parties for my kids at Chuck E. Cheese. Thankfully, sold beer.
That's weird. Is it weird that Chuck E. Cheese sells beer?
No, because they know what they're doing.
Oh, okay.
They know after about 2 seconds, you're like, where's the beer? Because you need something to take the edge off.
Yeah, and you have to be kind of drunk to even try to convince yourself that Chuck E. Cheese pizza is good, right? Stop giving me this thing that Chuck E. Cheese pizza is good, because it's not. I went there for a birthday party like 2 years ago for my buddy's kid. It was terrible.
Last time I went, which has been years,
Yes.
I'm like, this pizza's good. Now, I was a couple pitchers of beer
Yeah,
in.
you were drunk.
Maybe that was it.
Yeah, you were wasted.
But no, that makes so much sense. Gibby, he commented on Facebook, and he says, my wife says people. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
But Rhett Parnell had a great one. Said, waking up early on Saturday to watch cartoons. Loved it as a
awesome.
kid.
It was awesome.
You had to map out your morning. You only had, there was no DVR. For me, it was before cable. So you had to map out which channels you're going to watch because you didn't want to miss any of your favorite cartoons. And he says, now all I want to do is sleep in on Saturdays. There are TV channels devoted to cartoons. I can watch them whenever I want. But that is such a good one because, Saturday morning cartoons, heck, man, that was what being a kid was all about.
I used to wake up at 6 a.m. to watch cartoons, and at 9 a.m. I was out the house shooting basketball.
Yes.
I was that annoying little kid. Yeah, now I can't even imagine, especially after starting the morning show just a month ago. Tomorrow, there's no way I'm getting out of bed before 10.
I'm getting my shot tomorrow, my first vaccine shot at 9. I will get up at 8:30 because the Kroger's 5 minutes from my house. So that's the only reason I'm getting up before 9.
I would say 8:45. I think you got a few minutes.
All right, your question today is, what did you do as a kid that you loved but hate as an adult? You can call, comment, and text. The number is 800-394-1061.
So I've got a couple here on the stream. Raven Dante says the beach. It's too much of a hassle to go and then cleaning up the sand. I'd just rather go to the pool. I agree, man. I'd rather look at the beach instead of standing on the beach, being on the beach with other beach people.
It's one of those things where you hear it and you're like, man, that makes sense, but I don't want to hate the beach. That's what kills me a little bit. I spent so much time on the beach growing up. When we first moved here, we were out on Wilmington Island. We went to the beach every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I love the beach, but maybe it's just the idea of the beach that I love.
Yeah, like the idea of like telling all your friends, like, oh, I went to the beach this weekend. Oh, you're still living in the middle of America, losers.
Maybe
Phil,
that was it.
Yeah, it was just kind of it's an alpha like one-uppy type of thing to say, like, oh, just living that beach life, bro. Phil goes, I love flying on a plane as a kid, but the turbulence got to me. He goes, actually, as an adult, his anxiety gets worse and worse, and he has mini heart attacks when he feels turbulence. Before the landings or on landings, even.
Right.
So yeah, I agree with that as well. I mean, like as a kid, I love flying all the time.
Right.
But yeah, like the turbulence, you always think like you feel a little bit, and you're like, yeah, I'm probably fine, and then immediately go, what if I died? What if this door blew off and I just flew out?
There's always that in the back of your mind. Because you'd be flying along smooth, everything's good, and then you just hit that one little that's a big jolt, and all of a sudden you're like, am I alive? Is this a lost situation?
Yeah.
Am I going to end up on an island with a smoke monster? What's going on?
With an ending that makes no sense?
That'll be my life. Yeah, an ending that makes no sense. All right, so we're taking your calls, comments, and text. What did you do as a kid that you absolutely loved, but you despise as an adult? 800-394-1061. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
I love our latest stream comment. Going outside. Yeah, especially now in the pandemic. Yeah,
man,
going outside is kind of an issue.
I get that 100%. But yeah, as a kid, hop on my bike. You spend all day on your bike.
Oh, absolutely.
Just all day. You went everywhere. We both just grew up in small towns, and it was just like you could go everywhere and do anything.
Yeah, I love the fact that like I would leave my house, I would come back around lunch, and then I would be gone till about 5-6 o'clock when my dad got home. That was like every day during the summer.
My kids have had bikes, I think their whole life growing up, but I honestly, both of them combined has maybe spent a total of 2 hours on them. They just never. It was never something they got into.
I would shame them. Go ride your bike.
I am right now. So no, my oldest, who's coming back from college here in a couple weeks, got to get a job because getting an apartment instead of a dorm when it goes back to school next year. Got to get a job.
Like over the summer, you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's got to get a job over the summer, so he'll be back in April. He's got to get a job instantly. And I'm like, look, you made the decision. You're going to be 21. You made the decision not to have a driver's license. You got to get a job that you can walk or ride a bike to. So he'll probably ride a bike more this summer than he had previously in his entire life.
Wow. Still got the bikes.
Still have the bikes.
Not like child-sized bikes.
No.
A bike you can ride.
We got them bikes a few years ago that went unused, but they still have them.
I ride, actually, as an adult, I think I may ride my bike more, or I have been riding a bike more in the last couple of years than I have in any previous, because I live in a neighborhood where I could just drink and ride my bike, which I don't know if you're supposed to or not, but I totally do. I got a cup holder on it, man. You think I'm not going to put a beer in there?
It's like I'll go, I get home from work, and about 2:30, it's, we work early enough to where that's like 6, 7 o'clock at night for a normal person.
Right.
So I'll take my dog for a walk. And
that's what you tell yourself.
I throw a beer in a koozie, and I just walk around my neighborhood, walk my dog with a beer. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah. Pull me over.
Yeah. Right.
Here, give me a DUI for walking my dog. Raven Dantes goes, that's what the cup holder is meant for on a bike. And then he goes, myself and the son are not on good terms. Me neither. Yeah, we don't talk, me and the son. He just mostly burns me. It's a literal roast. Do you want to drop here, or do you want to?
Let's go ahead and continue. We can, because it's not like I don't really have anything.
I can bring up the going outside on the stream part.
Oh, we got nights at Skateland 17, rocking at my cousin's. Bad idea. My 30th birthday ended up at the hospital. There you go.
Yeah,
we'll share that.
Yeah,
it's Meredith.
Share that. I'll bring up the stream and then do yours, and we'll wrap.
Okay. Bring up the stream.
I just the going outside. It's just
it's
just a quick little bit. So Yeah, just bring up yours from Meredith. I'll drop mine and then bring up yours, and then we'll wrap the seg. Wrap the seg is what we cool. It's a cool little insider thing. We're sort of wrap the seg, guys. No big deal. Once again, thanks for hanging out with us this morning, guys. In the 7 o'clock hour, we're obviously going to wrap up our segment here, talking about what did you love as a kid but hate as an adult. We're going to talk about Sweet 16 this coming weekend. Obviously, give you a little update on Cotter and Marshall Madness. And then big NBA trades going down at the deadline. All of the Garys got traded. We're going to talk about that.
Just such a weird, random thing.
All right. My computer is kind of being a little janky.
All right, a couple more commercials. Got White Zombie, more human than human.
Don't want to play the new White Zombie? Or, sorry, new Rob Zombie?
New Rob Zombie? No,
there hasn't been new White Zombie in quite some time.
Yeah.
Rob realized he had to pay the other people for his talent, so.
The White Zombie is one of those bands to where it's like, it's just Rob. It's like Smashing Pumpkins. I mean, I know they brought back the original lineup, but let's be serious. It's Corgan.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, hopefully my computer works here in a bit. I'm actually excited about watching some basketball this weekend. I don't know if I'm going to have much of a chance on Saturday, but hopefully I'll be able to catch some of the Elite Eight on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm excited for Saturday. I'm looking forward to heading out to Two Tides, grabbing some beers, buying plants. Sure, talking to the hot sauce guy.
I really need Gonzaga to lose. I need Gonzaga to lose, and that'll make me feel a lot better about winning our Torture Tuesday bet.
If they lose, I think you'll win.
I also agree with that sentiment. Yeah.
If they win, I think. I mean, if they win, even if they don't win the championship, if they get to the finals, I think I have a really good shot.
Yeah, I don't know, without a doubt.
But if they lose this round, I'm out.
Yeah, I took Illinois to win the NCAA tournament. They got knocked out in the second round because I'm dumb.
So it's funny. It seems like every so often there's a team, and Gonzaga is a great example of it. You know, decades ago when they were like the Cinderella team coming in, and they would make it one year, and then they'd have a decent run, and then they'd have an even better run, and now they're like one of the staples in the tournament. And I think, maybe Loyola is that next team. You know, they had that run a few years ago. They're back in the tournament now, making a little bit of a run. So it becomes less of a Cinderella type story and more of just a team that deserves to be there.
I just find it. I think it's considered a hate crime what they did to Illinois. I mean, like, essentially, it's like the snake eating its tail. Like, we're all from Illinois, guys. Let's chill out. Let's be cool. One's from Champaign, one's from Chicago. I understand Chicago's a little bit rougher. No big deal, but I mean, they essentially shanked Illinois to death in the second round, and it was not cool, man. Not cool at all.
Well, and that's the funny part. So people from Illinois, outside of Chicago, I would say 99% of them, they're Illini fans. You know, that's the only option. I mean, you've got other teams that people grow up with, but if you're gonna, be a college, basketball fan in Illinois, it's the Illini. So it's like you just pissed off most of the state because even though they're in the same state, nobody else cares.
It's true. Yeah, and especially we grew up in like Central Illinois, so like us turning Cubs fans, it literally was a 50-50 shot because it was Cardinals or Cubs, right in Central Illinois. Yeah, you're one or the other. You're literally like in the midway point of both those fandoms. 2 hours away from each city. My
whole family are Cardinal fans. Everybody. And growing up, by default, in the beginning, I was a Cardinal fan, and then at the age of 9, when the Cubs made the run in '84, you had Cubs, paraphernalia everywhere because everybody's like, "Holy crap, the Cubs got a shot!" And that's when I became a Cubs fan in 1984. I jumped on that bandwagon at 9 and have been on it ever since.
Sick. It's really turned out for you.
I know. There's a World Series in there.
You got the one. You got the one World Series.
I'll take. Do I want more? Yes. But
you ain't getting it this year.
I can say I saw a Cubs World Series victory in my lifetime. I'm good. Not greedy.
We had the Cubs. They're not going to be good.
No, I know. And and you had 6 runs to the Bulls back in the 90s. I mean, that was phenomenal.
Talking about the Bulls, man, they made some huge trades yesterday.
But did they get a Gary?
And I don't think they got a Gary. I think they were Gary-less in the Gary sweepstakes. But they did get like a 2-time All-Star who is averaging 25 points a game right now, 10 rebounds. He's kind of a big deal. Plus, we kept like all of our good guys. We essentially got rid of all of the stupid bench guys we didn't need and 2 first-round picks, which in basketball means nothing. I mean, I actually saw the stat. The Oklahoma City Thunder, over the next 7 years, have over like the next 3 years, have 7 first-round picks and 7 second-round picks. They traded like all their stars away, and they have all of these picks now.
Nice.
Will it turn out to be anything? I'm not for sure. But they have all of them.
All right, we got about 10 seconds, guys. Be sure to get the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. While you're there, like, follow, and subscribe. You can also listen on the app, which you can download for free. Get us on your in-home smart speaker. Also at rock1061.com. This hour, taking your calls, comments, and text, 800-394-1061. What did you love as a kid but hate as an adult? Meredith sent a good one. She said, nights at Skateland 17, rocking it with my cousins and paddle tag. Bad idea. My 30th birthday ended at the hospital. Trying to relive those glory days in the skating rink.
Tearing an Achilles tendon is probably not exactly worth reliving the good old days, I'm guessing.
Oh, that's a great story.
Going to the stream, we have a stream user who said just going outside. Yeah, going outside as a child, very, very good. Going outside as an adult, you're like, I don't know. I don't really want to leave the house today.
Now, we didn't have sand gnats in Illinois, but you had mosquitoes. I don't think I noticed mosquitoes as a kid, but as an adult, I can't not see them. They're everywhere. I get eaten alive. But as a kid, I don't even recall that being an issue.
I don't remember. I don't even know. Seriously, if someone could explain to me why sand gnats exist and why we haven't found a way to eradicate their existence, they still bother me to this day. 7 years into living in the Savannah area, they still bother me to my core.
They're worse than mosquitoes.
They're absolutely worse.
They're the absolute worst.
Yeah.
All right,
they're the Jake Thompson from Bob 106.9 of this area.
We had to get one in.
Yep, had
to get one in. All right, so
mandated, contracted.
I have a few things that I loved as a kid but hate as an adult. Talking on the phone. As a kid, I love talking on the phone.
I love to. Yeah.
You get on the phone with a friend, you spend hours on it. Now it's like if somebody calls me, I'm like, why aren't you texting me?
Dude, I remember I would call my buddy Josh DeGrave all the time. As a child, let's hang out, man. Let's go play basketball all the time. We talk on the phone for hours. Now anybody calls me, I'm like, what? Can this be done in a text message?
Well, that's just, anymore. My next phone, it doesn't need to be a phone. It needs to have the internet and the ability to text. I don't need to get calls on it.
Old man Cotter, guys.
I think we kind of brought this one up, but going to bed early and sleeping in. As a kid, I love going to bed. I love, I hated getting up early. As an adult, totally the opposite. As a kid, thought of having a job. Because you're like, I want a job. I want responsibility. I want to make money. I want to earn my way in life.
I never really wanted a job. Actually, as an adult, I still don't want a job.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I hate it now.
Actually, why I'm doing this.
Here's kind of a weird one. With Easter coming up, though, it made sense. Chocolate Easter bunnies.
I loved them as a kid.
I love them as a kid, but get one now, especially like the hollow ones.
Mm-hmm.
They are garbage.
They're disappointing.
Right?
As an adult, I'm like, why isn't there something inside of this? If you give me a hollow Easter egg bunny, especially at this time of the year, I just think you hate me.
so I know what I'm getting you for
Yeah,
Easter.
exactly. Yeah, you're like you look at me, you're like, you're obviously a fat guy, and you understand that you delicious chocolatey filled things. This is not one of them. I hate you. Ugh.
The last thing on my list is driving. Now, driving like to work 20 minutes, the store, no problem. As a kid, when I got my driver's license, I would drive anywhere and everywhere. We're going where? Let me in. I'm behind the wheel. Now, if I don't have to drive, man, I'm good.
I don't know. I'm into it.
Really?
I think that's just like the dominating part of my personality. I do enjoy driving.
I got to go get my kid in Ohio here in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I don't want to go.
You buy him a plane ticket.
if it wasn't for the fact that we had to bring everything back with us,
right,
he'd be flying.
Sell everything.
Sell it all.
Give him the mandate. Like, choose your 3 favorite things. Everything else you leave there.
All right, coming up next, we're going to preview this weekend's Sweet 16. Also, give you an update as to what the loser of our bet will have to face with the Torture Tuesday. This is Aaron Jones, and Take Me Away. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
And Gibby goes, I got to check my bracket. My son got so excited because he was able to help fold clothes. Trust me, he'll get over that.
Yeah, he will.
He'll definitely get over that real quick.
That is one, because, we were talking earlier about how I don't necessarily mind chores. I hate laundry. I hate it. I hate doing laundry.
Yeah, laundry is I refuse to do it any other day than Sundays.
That's the only day.
Yeah, it's laundry day.
Yep.
Sitting around and watching sports or watching movies, and Sundays just in general, I don't like to leave my house.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
I've invited you out for beers on Sunday. You're like, nope, I'm
Nah,
good.
man, I'm
Not
good.
leaving. Like, really?
It's Sunday.
I'm sitting here at Half Atomica. Come join me. No.
Yeah, I like to support Jesus in my own unique way by not thinking about Jesus and sitting inside of my house. Too many damn people out on Sundays. Gibby goes 47th and 50th. I'm guessing, that's where you're at in the brackets. In our bracket challenge, the Cotter and Marshall Madness.
Let me scroll. Oh, there I am. I'm 65th.
You could even be 69th. That would have been way cooler.
Right?
Who's in 69th?
Technically, I'm tied with 69. WJCC, whatever that is.
Cooler than us.
Double A still winning. Man, I'm telling you though, man, Chris Wagner. I think he's in such a good spot right now. Such a good spot.
Yeah, I talked to him recently, and he was like, I'm stunned.
Syracuse actually has 2 in the top 6. He's at 4 and 6. There's another person sitting pretty good. Double A, man. There, I guess he's 17. Okay, that one bracket is so good. The rest of them a little rougher, I guess.
Yeah, we have 2 geniuses at the top of the board with Syracuse and Chris Wagner.
Yeah.
2 guys at the top.
Start with the matchups, go to bracket or go to leaderboard, and then wrap up with Torture Tuesday.
Yeah, that works.
Cool.
Yeah, let's just run through who we think's going to win.
Okay.
How about this? You do I want to talk crap about Gonzaga. So how about this? I'll do West and East. You do South and Midwest. We'll choose the winners of the games.
Okay. You want me to do South and Midwest?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'll take left, you take right.
Okay.
Allie goes, unless it's football season, 6 a.m. shower beers, then tailgate. Other than that, she's staying at her house. See, that's the way to roll, man.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Actually, the Jags games are going to be ridiculous this year. Beer showers, same thing.
All right, guys, we got 10. Thanks for hanging out, Cotter and Marshall Show. Get the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So we're back to March Madness starting tomorrow. I believe the first game is Oregon and Loyola at 2:40. So let's take a look at the rest of the matchups. We'll start there. I'm going Loyola, man. I think they make a run. I would not be surprised at this point in time if they make the Final Four.
The power of Sister Jean, I think, will continue. I think, good choice. Them over Oregon State is a good call.
All right, then you've got Syracuse and Houston to wrap up the Midwest bracket. That is tomorrow night at 9:55. Going number 2, Houston, man. I think they get past this and then lose to Sister Jean. I mean, Loyola.
Right.
Then you've got Baylor taking on Villanova. That one takes place at 5:15 tomorrow. Baylor all the way. I think they're going to make their way into the Final Four. And then Arkansas versus Oral Roberts. I think Oral Roberts' run will end against Arkansas.
Death taxes and Oral Roberts.
On Arkansas, by the way, on a side note, where my youngest kid will be going to school next year.
Oh,
so there you go. Go
nice.
Suey, I think is what they say. Go Pig, Suey. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah,
they say that out loud.
They do. They do,
and they're proud of that.
Do I have to be proud just because my kid's going there?
No, you don't have to be proud.
Good.
The people of Arkansas are just proud to say that out loud. That's weird.
I think so.
All right, well, let's take a look at the East bracket. You got number 11 UCLA. They got a little bit of a Cinderella story there, taking on number 2 Alabama in the East. Give me Alabama there. You got number 1 Michigan. Didn't look so hot against LSU, but pulled it off. I think they're going to take down Florida State. You're looking at Oregon. Obviously, I'm a big Oregon fan, at least on this side of the bracket, because I chose them to get to this point. So give me Oregon over USC, and then upset alerts. Cotter, and I'm doing this mostly to piss you off.
That's all you're doing it for.
Number 5 Creighton is going to take down the undefeated number 1 Gonzaga. You chose Gonzaga to be your national championship champions. I'm saying it ends this weekend. Give me Creighton over Gonzaga.
Oh, so
please, for the love of God.
So yeah, you picked the Illini in the Cotter and Marshall Madness brackets to win. They're out. I've got Gonzaga. So even though you're beating me in the bracket now, technically, Gonzaga, I got to ride them to the finals and a victory in the Cotter and Marshall Madness.
Yeah, I think if they actually win the national championship with you choosing them, you'll most likely beat me overall, which would be very bad for me.
So we've got AA still sitting the top of our leaderboard, 43 points. But then Chris Wagner, he's got 2 of his brackets in the top 5. He's second with 42, and then he is at 5th with 40. And then Sierra Excuse has got 2 brackets in the top 6, 4th and 6th. So we got a couple people that I think are in a great spot heading into the weekend.
Yeah, and these people obviously, just in case you miss it, sorry, you should have signed up because we're doing a bracket challenge at rock1061.com. You can't enter anymore, but all these people who did, they have a chance still to win that Xbox Series X bundle. You can't buy this damn thing. It's not available anywhere. It pops up like maybe once a week, and they sell out in 5 seconds. So these people have a really good shot still of winning that.
So you and I have got the Torture Tuesday bet on the line between us, and here's what's going to happen. So the loser on April 13th will be in the studio, will be blindfolded. We're going to have basically like a Nerf hoop up in the door. You get 10 blindfolded shots at that hoop. If you miss one, you get a torture. So you can get up to 10 tortures if you miss every shot.
Or maybe we're just really good, or we'll be better at shooting a basketball blindfolded as we would be not blindfolded.
Anything would make me better at shooting a basket. Now, the tortures, there's 3 of them that we're going to mix in for those 10. So, hot peppers.
Yep.
We're going to have the electric shock dog collar on the loser. And then Voodoo Jack will be in the studio with a kendo stick, ready to whack us across the back.
It's an oddly intricate Torture Tuesday, but it will be very, very funny. It'll be well worth you guys checking out the live stream that day. Once again, that's going to happen on April 13th. One of us, whoever does worse in this bracket challenge, will be doing the Torture Tuesday that day.
It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
And I just have an uneasy feeling it's going to be me. I feel like I'm going to be the guy for that. And I'm just thinking, like, if we do it, I have to move my body a little bit closer to that door because that's where we'll hang the basket. And Voodoo Jack's going to need a little room to swing that kendo stick. So
yeah, we're going to have to figure the placement out.
I think it'll be better if it's you because there's more room on that side. So I'm crossing my fingers. It's you.
Yeah, it's all. I just want you to lose because of logistics.
Yeah,
that's
logistically,
it.
It makes more sense for you to get hit, without a doubt.
It's. I think it does sound complicated, but it's not. No. And I think on the stream, it's going to look amazing.
Oh, it'll look great.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
We just have a masked a luchador in the studio with a kendo stick. Just that is awesome.
It'll just be a weird thing in the background. Allie, going back to what you were saying, yes, shower beers and then tailgating on a good old Sunday. I actually want to go check out at least 1 or 2 Jags games this year, just for the fact that Trevor Lawrence is playing. I don't know if the tickets are going to go way up. Urban Meyer and Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville, it's going to be ridiculous.
You would think. You would think they would raise the price.
Used to be able to get like a ticket for like $60 and be like 10 rows from the field. That ain't going to be the way this year. Sandy says, I'll definitely have to be late for work on April 13th because there was no way in hell I'm going to miss this Torture Tuesday. Gibby goes, the external and internal pummeling. Exhilarating.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't know.
It will be interesting for the fact that, like, I think I may, like, we'll probably have Voodoo Jack do the pepper. Like, so here's how I think it goes down. Let's say it's me that's getting the torture, right? So Voodoo Jack will be essentially right in front of me.
Yeah.
After I take the shot, and if he hit me, he'll hit me, and then we'll have like a bowl of peppers right here. And then if I need to eat the pepper, he'll just tap me on my shoulder, and that's we have to open our mouth, eat the pepper, and then the other person will just shock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, we might have, if it's you, we might just have to move you out a little bit. Maybe.
Yeah, I think I'll have to move out a little bit.
Give him some, because I mean, I want him to have as much room to swing as possible. I mean, I want it to be like a full ass.
Yeah, I want it to be a good swing. Yeah, and then we'll have. I think I'll ask Mac if she could come in a little early just to take camera 3.
Yeah,
and kind of make it an action camera.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
So that'll be fun. Logistics, everyone.
I'm looking forward to it because we haven't done. And I mean, it's not on level like, the Beer Mile and the Lego Treadmill and some of the more complicated Torture Tuesdays we've done. But we haven't done a bigger Torture Tuesday like this in a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So even if it's me, I'm just excited. I'm excited to be part of it.
I hope it's you. We all hope it's you, honestly.
No.
No, we do. No. No, you're speaking for everyone. Sorry, I forgot you do that a lot.
I do.
Yeah, no. All right. One more break this hour, and then that is a wrap for the 7 o'clock hour. In the 8 o'clock hour today, we're going to talk about Pete Davidson joining Snoop Dogg on a commentary team for the upcoming Jake Paul Paul fight. We'll do Fire Away Friday, and then we'll play trivia for Monster Truck tickets inside the 8 o'clock hour. Action-packed beer for breakfast in the 9 o'clock hour with our guy Tony from Wicked Weed. So we do have a action-packed second half of the show today. Thanks for hanging around with us. And I'm just popping up the story real quick in regards to the Garys.
Yeah, this was just one of those weird random stories. We got a call.
Yeah, let's take it.
I'm sure we'll miss it. Don't have a red light.
Yeah, red light.
Rock 1061, who's this?
Buddy Vic.
Vic, what's going on, man?
I figured I'd holler at you and tell you what I used to love and now what I hate.
I love it. What you got?
Cutting grass, man. When I was younger, I'd cut grass all damn day long.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, I just can't stand cutting grass.
Now you just like grass.
Now you just like smoking grass.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Well, let's not get into that. Remember, we're on there. But, hey, there is one time, though, I actually was going across the street to cut my neighbor's grass, and I had a beer in my hand. I went to open it up and take a swig of it. When I went to take a swig of it, I accidentally ran up on the damn mailboxes, and the beer just poured all over me.
Like you walked into the
I
mailbox?
I rode up onto the mailboxes. I mean, the damn mower just kept jumping back and up and back and up. The whole time the beer's just spilling all over me. I couldn't get it out of gear fast enough.
Oh, shoot. Vic.
Oh, Vic. Well, we love you, buddy. What are you doing this weekend? What are you up to?
I'm actually right here beside you. I'm in Savannah this morning helping my son because Chris had a baby.
Oh, cool.
Remember little Chris?
Yeah.
Congrats to him.
That's awesome, man.
But other than that, we're trying to get a car for my son because he had a baby recently, too. So he's looking for a Yukon or a Suburban. He's found one he's going to go up and look at today.
Cool.
Everybody's having a baby.
Yeah, man. It must be in the water.
Absolutely. Well, Vic, thanks for calling in, brother. We appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Y'all get out and about today. Come by and see me.
All right,
Sounds
cool,
good, man.
All right, brother.
See ya.
Stream exclusive with Vic.
Love Vic.
I love that he's more regular now on the morning show, even if it's not on the air, than he was in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Gibby goes, not me. No more babies for this guy.
Dude,
not in the water in Bluffton.
I wouldn't even know what to do at this point in time if we were to have a kid.
All right. All right, guys, we're about 90 seconds away from our final break of the 7 o'clock hour. We're going to talk about all the Garys that got traded in the NBA yesterday, an odd amount. You mean, do we know what's in the water here? Terrible stuff, honestly. The water here in Savannah is sort of gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't drink water out of the tap here ever. It's got a weird taste to it. I'm just not used to it. I didn't grow up on it.
Yeah, I get that. Did you I mean, I think Deer Creek's smaller than I think you're smaller than Manitou. Do you guys have like well water where you're at, or did you have actual?
No, we had water.
Okay. Because well water was some of the most disgusting. Friends out in the country and living on well water.
Yeah, we had well water on our property, but my dad used it just to water the plants.
It's like that scene in Back to the Future 3 when he's back at his family's house and they pour the water and it's like brown. We'll be right back. It is Fire Away Friday on the show today. Don't forget, you still got time to vote for a Chester Bennington song. Last weekend would have been his 45th birthday. You can get to the Cotter and Marshall Show or Rock 1061 Facebook pages. Vote for his tune when he was with STP, Out of Time, Gray Days, Sickness, or Linkin Park Paper Cut. As of now, Paper Cut is out in front. So if you want to change it, you can vote. Rock 1061, Cotter and Marshall Show Facebook pages. So the NBA trade deadline was yesterday, and obviously the hottest commodity was all the Garys in the NBA.
Yeah, if your name was Gary, you definitely don't play for the same team anymore. So there was 3 trades involving Garys. Gary Harris was traded to the Magic, Gary Trent Jr. was traded to the Raptors, and Gary Clark was traded to the Nuggets. So many Garys.
That's not even the weirdest part, though. So Gary Trent Jr. had just played the 41st game of his 3rd season when he was traded from the Trailblazers to the Raptors. Now, back in 1998, his dad, Gary Trent Sr., was also traded from the Trailblazers to the Raptors, also after playing the 41st game of his 3rd season. What are the chances of that? It's just odd.
That's just weird. Like someone's just cast an incantation. There's a spell with that. And now they are cursed. All the Garys, Trents, Seniors, Juniors, Thirds, Fourths, whatever. The rest of them will forever be traded on the same exact day for the same exact teams. Crazy stuff.
I mean, there's only 3 Garys. It's not like, the NBA is made up of, 12,000 Garys. But,
you don't know that?
Well, no, because
you're not an NBA aficionado.
Yes, I am, at least on this, because there's only 3 Garys, and they were all traded. That's
total
it.
In the NBA?
All 3 Garys.
Man, why does the NBA hate Garys?
I don't know.
This is ridiculous.
All right, coming up at the top of the 8 o'clock hour, Snoop Dogg was on commentary for the Mike Tyson fight against Roy Jones Jr.
It was incredible.
He was the best part about the entire night. Well, they got another fight coming up, and now Pete Davidson is going to join him.
Why? But
because
cool.
he can. It's going to be amazing. So we're going to talk about that, plus put together some of our own commentary dream teams. It's coming up after 8 o'clock. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
All right. You didn't do coffee this morning. I just realized that.
Oh, you know what I did?
We didn't go.
Here's the crappy part. I started it before the show. It's still sitting out there.
Are you serious?
Yep.
2 hours later?
Yep.
Well, too bad. I'm the first one out the door today. I got to go use the restroom.
Fine.
So
that coffee's no good. That coffee is no good. Try to break from my routine. Try to be proactive in my coffee. Let me check again. Coke meth. Man. All right. Friday. So happy it's a Friday. This week went by so quick, man. It was much quicker than last week. Not even in a bad way. Just last week with St. Pat's and everything, it just felt weird. This week, much quicker. Super excited for the weekend. Like I said, 10 o'clock hits today. Can't leave the station until I got to go get my kid at 1:30. I'm not doing any work. So, Aaron, if you're listening, I'm done at 10. Just letting you know. Because I'm guessing our boss is somewhere there. I'm done at 10 today. Oh, it was a long week, man. Long week. All right, March Madness. We've got commentary teams. I'm super excited about Wicked Weed and Tony stopping by today. If you haven't had any of Wicked Weed's beers, I recommend. They're Lieutenant Dank and they're Pernicious. I think that's theirs. That stuff is good. Yeah, that's true. Gibby's right. Just their normal stuff that you can get. It's good. But if you can go out and get some of their one-off bottles, if you look for the bombers that they put out, a lot of really neat and fun sour stuff. If you're into that sort of thing, that is really good. They are some of the best at doing that. They've got a special place in Asheville called the Funkatorium that is just kind of for sours and other unique and funky type beers, and they do so good at it. If you get a chance to check it out, I would recommend it. I still can't believe I forgot my coffee. I can totally believe I forgot my coffee, but dang it. Maybe I'll start another pot. Maybe I'll fire up another cup. Try again. Oh, man. All right, thanks to everybody for just hanging out. Want me to order a Starbucks? No. Seriously, I've got the Keurig down the hall. Get off my lazy ass. Thank you, though. But yeah, no. Let's see, what do we got? I don't remember what I was saying now. Never mind. It's a Friday. I've been up since 3, so can't say I have all my faculties with me. Thank you guys for hanging out. Appreciate that as always, for commenting, giving us stuff to talk about on the air. That's awesome. Let's see, in spots now coming out, we got some Nirvana. Let's see. Don't necessarily want to hear that song yet. Let's switch these around. No, I can't do that. Never mind. Too close to being the same thing back to back. Let's see what else we got here. We can do no. That's there for a reason. Dumbass. Yeah, let's do this. That's not bad. Sorry, I'm literally talking to myself, guys. This is a true inside look of the show because I will constantly talk to myself as I figure out what I'm doing with my life. All right, there we go. Much better. All right, there we go. All right. 8 o'clock already, man. Days flying by. All right, cool, man. Don't need that anymore. I know, right? 2 hours, crazy. It goes by so quick anymore. It really does. All right, I'll be right back.
You could at least tag me in first before you ran out the door. Jesus Christ. Freaking animal. All right, guys. Second half of the show today. We're about an hour away from drinking some beers, which I'm looking forward to. What are you guys doing this weekend? Anything fun? Anyone? Anyone want to share? Share and tell right now. What are we doing this weekend? I'm going to run over to Two Tides tomorrow, drink some beers. They're doing like this outdoor market thing. It's a good reason to get the wife out of the house so she can't yell at me for never doing anything with her or for her. And then, watching movies tonight, chilling out. Morning, Sean. He says, happy Friday, you two wonderful fellows, to all the chat, to all of Savannah. I hope everyone has an awesome day, an amazing weekend. Much love, Sean. Thanks for squeezing in here in the back end of the 7 o'clock hour. What are you doing this weekend, Sean, up in Minnesota? Or even Dante, sit on my fat ass. Get out there, man. See the world. Go to the beach or look at it from a distance. Golf and yard work. Nice. Boss man, going to... Yeah, I actually probably should mow the front yard. I'll do that Sunday. It's a good Sunday thing. So I don't have to actually technically leave my house. Sean, you're going up north and sighting in my new scope and rifle to get ready for hunting season. Hell yeah, dude. Phil, cooking out after work with Kelly. Want to watch the Justice League movie at some point, and then not sure what else. Home state of Minnesota. Yeah, I think, a little lawn mowing, laundry on Sunday. I don't know, not doing much. What beer are we trying today? We don't know. So we have Tony coming in from Wicked Weed. He asked me, he goes, what style should I bring in? I'm like, just bring 2 different styles. We'll figure it out. We may do one, or maybe, try both your beers, depending on how good of a time we're having. So Tony Scarpetti from Wicked Weed should be joining us here in about an hour or so here at the radio station. We'll have him jump on the live stream first, and then he'll jump on the air with us, and then we'll review the beer. Yeah, I think this weekend is like a good chill weekend. The weekend before Easter, obviously, probably got a lot going on with families and stuff then. And then April, we're getting right into baseball season, guys, which is just super exciting. I actually looked at Braves tickets the other day. You can get some awesome Braves tickets for really cheap right now. Still, I was looking at going to a game in June just for like a little weekend getaway. But, man, I love going to, Truist Park? I don't know. I can still call it SunTrust Stadium or whatever it's called. But, yeah, I think I'm going to go check out a Braves game sometime in June. And then, just looking to, go out and do something. Sean says, taking my camper in today to get the radio replaced, and probably drinking somewhere this weekend. Still going to be a little chilly this weekend up here. 48 on Saturday. It's 18 right now. Jesus Christ. Today's high in Savannah, I saw last night, was 90 degrees. Today it's going to be 90 here. Tomorrow it's going to be 88. So it's going to be the warmest we've had in at least 4 or 5 months up here. So, yeah, Mamacita. You're working all weekend at IDC? Good Lord. I'm going to call the boss. I'll bring over a bottle of Crown Royal. He'll forget that you have to work this weekend, Sandy. We'll make that happen. Good Lord. Anyway, looking forward to the rest of the show. We got some bangers this side of the show. With trivia we're going to be doing for more Monster Truck, Extreme Monster Truck Spring Nationals coming back the last weekend of April. We have tickets for Saturday night, so we'll hook people up with that. The wife is getting her temporary crowns put in, finishing up the laminate countertop installation, the birthday party, a bunch straightening up the house. I'm going to be exhausted. I'm exhausted reading that. Jesus, Gibby, you got to treat yourself, man. That sounds like way too much work. Way too much work, man. I'm not doing anything to the point of laminate countertops, but I actually just sold my home gym, which you were thinking by looking at me. You're like, you should have kept that. Started working out, Marshall. I am, but I'm actually downgrading or side grading, I guess you could say. Gibby, it's the weekend, not a work day. Good point. So I've gotten rid of my traditional bench, and then my buddy has sold me on doing a resistance band set. So I bought all these resistance bands, and I'm installing the anchors in my garage this weekend. So I'll be doing a bunch of resistance band workouts now in my garage. Maybe squeeze in a Home Depot and Bed Bath & Beyond. That's only, true. Only if you have time. Are you back? How much time we got?
2.5.
Great news. Cotter has remade his coffee.
I did.
It's hot now, right? That's just not the same coffee?
Literally pulled it off the thing. So it's super hot. It doesn't even have cream yet. Need the cream.
There'll be a road trip to Lowe's guaranteed. We're just talking about what we're doing this weekend.
Oh. I'm starting a fire.
Yeah,
Flint.
Cotter's supposedly starting a fire.
If I remember.
if he remembers it. Don't worry. I think we're going to go have show beers today after the show.
Yeah.
Not during show beers, but after show beers.
Yes.
And I'll definitely remind you at that point. Hopefully you do have it on you.
Well, by then, if I've forgotten it, it's too late.
No, it's not, because we're going to go to Two Tides tomorrow. You essentially have to drive back here. Yeah. Gibby says you should treat yourself to a milkshake, man. Oh, man. All right, we're about 90 seconds out from going back on the air. First break of the 8 o'clock hour. We're going to talk Pete Davidson. He apparently is joining up with Snoop Dogg to be a dream team of commentators for the next big celebrity fight, which is Ben Askren. He's a UFC MMA guy. He's taking on Jake Paul, who talked a lot of crap for knocking out Nate Robinson, the former basketball player, at the last celebrity fight.
I don't want Jake Paul to win this. I mean, he is insufferable as it is.
Yeah.
If he wins this fight,
he'll be nonstop. Yeah.
Dear God.
Yeah, I'd love to see Jake Paul just absolutely wrecked.
Wrecked. That man.
Sean goes, Carter started the fire. It was always burning since the winds were turning.
Hopefully, Carter starts the fire.
I literally bought you a flint.
Yeah.
With a striker.
Yeah.
If you can't start a fire, I don't know. I was watching some show where I was watching Vikings the other night.
Right.
And they literally had to start a fire to burn down this grain
and
hut
they just
or something.
looked at the ground and a fire erupted.
And literally they had a flint and they got a stone and they just set it on fire and it took 3 seconds and I'm like,
that was TV.
I'm just like, Cotter should be able to do this, no problem. You would think.
If I do it, then Viking funeral.
You still don't get one.
That's
Your wife won't allow it.
That's my entry into the Viking funeral.
Raven Dantes goes, I have faith, Cotter. Everyone seems to have faith in you.
Nobody knows me. That's why.
No, yeah, you guys do not know this man.
10 seconds. Thanks for hanging out today. Happy Friday. Check out the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So we're getting our next, I guess you call it a celebrity fight, April 17th, Triller Fight Club. It's going down at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. Ben, an actual fighter. Jake Paul, an actual D-bag.
Well, that's a solid point. Ben Askren, well, he's a UFC guy. He's most famously, and this is a bad thing to be famous for, he got knocked out by Jorge Masvidal because he ran right out as soon as the bell hit, and he hit him with a knee, and Ben Askren went down. And that's the last time Ben Askren fought at all, was getting knocked out in record time. And it's not a great look. But he's not known as being a boxer either. He doesn't have the hands. He's known as being a wrestler. His whole career has been collegiately, made. So this is an interesting thing for him to do.
But, I mean, Jake Paul's had, I think, 2 fights, right? He's 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
Askren, I mean, even if he's a wrestling guy, I mean, he was in the UFC. He was throwing hands.
Yeah.
He's got to know what he's doing. Is there any shot Jake Paul wins? I mean, there's always a shot. He's always got that puncher's chance.
Yeah, exactly. You think the only way Jake Paul wins this fight is like a Hail Mary throw, right?
Yeah.
You think that's the only way. Dana White said he is put, and I don't know if he has or not.
Oh, yeah.
He put $1 million down on Ben Askren whooping Jake Paul's ass.
Now, the rest of the card is questionable, and they've got a weird lineup of music. I mean, Justin Bieber, Black Keys, Doja Cat. You've got Snoop's new rap supergroup, Mount Westmore, Snoop, Ice Cube, Too Short, and E40. I mean, it sounds pretty cool.
And this is the thing, with these celebrity fights, they know they can't just live on the fights because they'll probably be garbage, so they have to bring in all these entertainers playing to no one. It's a weird vibe with it, but I'm not going to lie. I'm probably going to get the fights and watch in my house.
I'll throw money in. I'm in on this 100%. Now, you have legit play-by-play people conducting the main part of the play-by-play. But let's be honest. The highlight of the first fight wasn't Tyson Jones Jr. It was Snoop Dogg on commentary. So he's back on April 17th, and he's also adding Pete Davidson from SNL.
This is going to be awesome. I mean, no matter – already, this thing is worth $50, $60 in my eyes. And that's not even including the fights.
I mean, Pete Davidson is one of those guys who just doesn't care. I mean, he'll say whatever is on his mind. So can you imagine? Because I'm assuming there is going to be some pre-fight weed.
Some pre-fight weed.
Yes, I mean,
Just like the pre-show weed I take? Okay. Wait,
so,
am I supposed to say
you
that?
got Snoop and Pete, after maybe partaking a
Dude,
little.
they are going to smoke during the fights. Are you kidding me? They're going to have like one of those little like air filter vaporizer things to suck it all up so no one else in the room can get high. They're going to smoke weed during the fight.
I mean, yes, I want to see Jake Paul get knocked out. But I just want to listen to Snoop and Pete Davidson, man. That's the highlight for me for this thing.
That's a commentator dream team. And so I pose the question to you
Yes.
right now. What is your commentator dream team? If you had to choose two people that were like the ultimate of ultimate that would call this fight, who would those two people be?
So I put way too much thought into this.
Uh-huh.
And I did 5 dream teams.
That's way too many.
They're all themed.
Choose your best.
Ah, man, they're all good though.
Okay.
So I'll go because none of them are actual commentators. That's no fun. So I'll go with this one. So these are I'm going fictional characters here, and the first a little bit of a cop out, but I'm okay with it.
Okay.
My play-by-play guy is Cotton McKnight, Gary Cole from Dodgeball.
You stole mine, you son of a bitch.
I mean, it's just perfect. I didn't want to go Jason Bateman with him on color, but I think that
That's a
choice
shame.
to call commentary for a fight like this is amazing. My color commentary, fictional character, Tallahassee, Woody Harrelson from Zombieland.
I don't know, which is, first of all, you stole mine. I just actually chose the Dodgeball team.
Okay.
Which would be Cotton and Pepper from Dodgeball, who was played by Gary Cole
Yeah.
and Jason Bateman. No, that's a good one. That's a good one. I think that would be amazing. How about this? Let's flip it to my side.
Okay.
My dream commentary team, I'm in, of course. So I'm going to choose me. But you know who I want to do it with because I think it'd be awesome?
Who?
Eminem.
Okay.
I think me and Eminem would be awesome. I'm the play-by-play guy, and Eminem is color. I think would be incredible.
Okay, so I put another together with musicians.
Okay.
Play-by-play guy, Justin Timberlake. He's funny. He's personable.
Yeah.
And I think he's a great straight man in a role like this.
Mm-hmm.
Color commentary, though, going out of left field, Ted Nugent. The guy's already got.
He's insane.
He's already got built-in
Crazy
catchphrases.
Yeah.
Catch scratch fever. He's got one I probably can't say on the air. He's got all of these. So I mean, Ted Nugent doing color.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Now, how about for these are for like my younger folks here.
Right.
Now, a lot of young people that I talk to talk about anxiety all the time. I have anxiety. I can't handle things. So here's the chillest commentator group of all time.
Okay.
So chill, right? How about Willie Nelson and then Tommy Chong?
Dude.
They'd be so chill, man. It's just like the fight's going on. This is awesome. Jake Paul goes down. He loses. Wow, that's crazy. Like that would be the chillest, zero anxiety commentator broadcast team of all time.
Now, Snoop Dogg's in charge of this.
Yeah.
I would not be shocked if either of those people just happened to show up on Saturday. I heard he had good weed. I'll sit down and commentate. Sure, it's great.
They're just going to be in the back hanging out.
All right, the last one I'll give you are two actors. The play-by-play guy, Tom Hanks. Because I think Tom Hanks...
He's so likable.
Right? So likable. He'd be the perfect straight man. My color commentator, Bill Murray. Give me the crazy stories. That time I hung out with Jake Paul. I mean, he's just going to have a story, whether it's true or not. I don't care. I just want to hear the story.
I think that's my favorite one of all three of yours.
Okay,
yeah,
that's fair.
I'll take that one, yeah.
Okay. All right, coming up here in just a bit, we're going to have your last chance to vote for Fire Away Friday. We got details coming up. Here's the Foo Fighters, Waiting on a War. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
I like this new Foo Fighters song. I haven't got a chance to really dive too deep into the album.
I haven't either.
I've
I'm
had
gonna go get my coffee.
4 or 5 songs. Go get your creamer and your coffee.
I'm going to cream my coffee.
Gross. I've got a chance to listen to like 4 or 5 songs actually from the new Foo Fighters album. I need to grab it and listen to all of it. But maybe I'll do that this weekend when I'm driving around to Two Tides. Going to be hanging out there for sure. All right, as Cutter said, Fire Away Friday is coming up next. Having you guys vote. If you go to the Rock 106.1 and Cutter and Marshall Show Facebook pages, you can actually vote right now on which song we are going to play. And then we'll wrap up the hour with Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia? Your chance to win Extreme Monster Truck Spring Nationals tickets. We'll hand out those to anyone who plays us. That commentary group would go up in smoke? Absolutely. What about Bill Walton? That guy's commentary. No, actually, you know what? I should have put Bill Walton in there. Son of a bitch. That's a good one. I like Shame Shame more. Yeah, Shame is a great song. Uncle Ted 100%. He is an insane person. I like him, but he's insane. What about the Ozzy Man review guy?
Oh, dude.
He would be good.
Oh, that'd be great.
Actually, fun story. So Cotter actually reached out. Cotter's back in the studio. Cotter reached out to the Ozzy guy because we wanted him to voice some stuff for the morning show.
Yeah, he never got back to me.
And he completely ghosted us.
I reached out on Facebook, and then I ended up emailing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, hey, man. And I was like, just a couple pages of imaging just so we can, have his voice, on the show.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. And I'm like, how much would it cost? Do you do this sort of thing? Nothing.
Did you hit up his booking email?
I don't know. I went to
Wonder what
his
email.
website.
Yeah.
I'll try again. I'll reach out to him again because I just think it'd be awesome.
Because Ozzy Man, I think, is based. I was oddly having a conversation about Ozzy Man last night with my buddy Tim. I think he's based in Perth. I think he's over there because I was talking about. I've got a couple friends who live over in Brisbane.
Okay. Yeah, I'll reach out to him again because I just think it sounds so cool. Just that he'd be the voice guy for the show.
Yeah. Yeah, I think him roasting us without even knowing us would be a great.
Yeah,
I would love that.
Yeah, I'll try again.
I'll throw in money for that.
Yeah,
just let me know how much
I was
he
ready
wants.
to pay for that. Most voice guys. This is real inside, but most voice guys. The high end 100 to 150 per page. So I can get a couple pages. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. His commentary for Torture Tuesday videos would be priceless.
Dude, that is
actually
awesome.
Yeah. I would give him $300 if he just once we do our NCAA one, if he just voiced over that.
You think? I don't know. You would think he'd at least entertain the idea.
Means he gonna say no to money?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think PayPal or Venmo works, across countries.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll work on that. We have some stuff going. We got possibly some beers coming around. We got some hot sauce coming around. We're doing some stuff. We're getting some shirts made. We're making stuff happen, guys. We're gonna get a little red light eventually. Our boss said we could have a little red light for our phone calls.
The most important part.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we've got about 15-ish seconds. We'll be back. Be sure to get the stream for the show, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. We're under an hour away from Tony from Wicked Weed. Going to be hanging out in studio for beer for breakfast. I'm excited to see what he brings us today.
That's right.
It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, we're coming up on Fire Away Friday. This past weekend would have been Chester Bennington's 45th birthday. So your choices today, 3 songs from Chester, 3 different bands. One was his time with SDP, Out of Time. It's a great song.
Oh, yeah, it's an excellent song.
I was very hesitant about anybody replacing Scott Weiland. And when they said it was Chester, I'm like, man, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work at all.
Mm-hmm.
It worked so well.
They never put out very much, though. I think they
an
only
EP.
put out that 6-song EP. They talked about putting on an album, but he bounced from them so he could go work with Linkin Park before that even got done.
Yeah. Grade A's Sickness is choice 2. And the third choice is Paper Cut by, of course, Linkin Park. And so far, it's Paper Cut. We need massive votes to change that in the next, 6 minutes.
Wow, that seems like a really long time.
All right, so all you got to do, if you'd like to vote for one of those 3 songs, hit us up on Facebook, either the Cotter and Marshall page or the Rock 106.1 page. It's Fire Away Friday coming up. It'll play a tune from Chester Bennington. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging on the stream this morning. Hope you guys are having a good Friday, whether you're at home BSing or actually working and able to hang out with us. Oh, sorry, that question was really funny. We're going to answer the internet. Well, these 2 questions they're just like 2 words apart. They didn't try very hard on those 2 ones. But I can't exactly ask those yet. One day, I think we're just going to do a stream. I think it's going to be a while. When we have really amazing stream numbers. I think we're going to do an after show, and we're just going to
The ones you can read?
We're going to do just the ones.
Such a good
Yeah,
idea.
we're going to do like an hour of Answer the Internet once we have a really good stream base.
Yeah.
Here, I don't know, 6 months now, and we're going to do all the Answer the Internet questions we couldn't ask on a live stream during the show.
We'll have to make sure we tag it as adult on YouTube. 'Cause
Yeah.
They get pissy pretty quick.
Yeah.
If you don't.
All right, that one's Jesus Christ. What's going on? We have a lot of, and that's another one. All these have the word jerk in them, if you know what I mean. Seriously, every single one. Here's one. Jesus Christ. All right, guys. What's your number one karaoke song?
I don't karaoke. And when I do, it's really bad.
You have a voice of an angel.
Oh.
How dare you? How dare you even think that you...
All right. So I'm going to give 3 songs. So we used to hang at a bar. What was it called? Oh my God, I don't remember what it's called. A tiny little bar in Peoria, and we became friends with the karaoke people. And super, super nice people. And they convinced me to finally start singing with the guy in charge.
Mm-hmm.
So we would sing Immigrant Song from Led Zeppelin. I'm so sorry. And then we would sing Walking on the Sun from Smash Mouth.
Yeah.
Together. So the one that I would sing by myself
Mm-hmm.
in absolute desperation when I had to.
Oh, Danny Boy.
No. Get Drunk and Screw by Jimmy Buffett.
Wow.
That was my one.
I remember my first karaoke song ever was Like a Virgin from Madonna. So rock that, and then I think I did a Pantera song later that night.
Oh, dear
kind of
God.
really a reverse course on
Right.
the whole Madonna thing. And then I've done Tenacious D or Beastie Boys seem to be like my go-to.
Your Intergalactic is good.
Yeah, my
Yep.
Intergalactic is solid.
Intergalactic solid. There was years ago with the station we worked at in Peoria, they did a bunch of live events, and one of the guys, one of the part-timers, Joey D, played guitar.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the afternoon guy had a band, so Joey D would come up and always play on Alice in Chains' Man in the Box.
Yeah.
So me and 2 other guys would come up and sing backup. It just became a thing. So Joey and I are actually in Vegas years later. We're at a bar, Westward Ho, and we're at this bar, and there's karaoke, and Joey's like, Man in the Box? I'm like, let's do some Man in the Box, man. So we get up to do Man in the Box, and, before I get to the line that has shit in it,
Yeah.
the lady in charge of karaoke turned down the volume so they didn't hear us say shit. And afterwards, I walk up to her, I'm like, we're in Vegas. It's midnight.
Yeah.
You can't say shit? And she's like, nope. I'm like, huh, I would never have guessed that. And then we almost got into a fight because a girl was hitting on Joey, and come to find out she had a boyfriend at the place. We left.
Whoops. That's
Yeah.
awkward. Gibby says he'd do Rob Thomas and Santana's Smooth.
Nice.
Or Nirvana's Heart-Shaped Box. Cam Cross goes Gin and Juice. Raven Dantes would do Matchbox 20, Bright Lights, or 3 a.m.
a lot of Matchbox 20 in there.
He also would do Blake Shelton. Old Red is requested by friends.
Nice.
So, nice.
Yeah, I can't sing. I can't sing at all.
No, neither I. I mean, so I'm in radio, man. I can't sing a lick.
So I did. So I've done theater for years, and there was I don't know if I told the story on this stream or not, but so there was a dinner theater not far from your house. Or growing up, the Barn 2 Dinner Theater
Sure.
in
Where was that?
Goodfield.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so there was this dinner theater, and you got paid, next to nothing, but you got paid to do plays. So a friend of mine was in it. It's like, hey, we need some backup people. We're doing Guys and Dolls. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm in. I mean, you got paid a little bit of money to do shows for like 6 weeks. So I went out and did it, and I was literally just the backup. And after one of the practices, the director, lady in charge of the barn, pulled me aside, and she's like, could you not sing? And I went, and I knew I couldn't sing, but
Mhm.
she's like, could you not sing? And then she brought up some old actor. It's like, no, he couldn't sing. And when he was in movies where he had to sing, he just kind of spoke sung.
Right.
Can you speak sing? I'm like, I'm in the chorus. Am I that bad to where I
Yeah.
stand out? And I guess I was that bad
Just mime.
to where I
just
stood
mime
out.
the words.
So there you go. Mary Simons. I'll never forget her. Crap. All right, so after Even Flow, looks like Paper Cut's going to be our choice.
Gibby still thinks you should play all 3 songs. I'm actually with Gibby. If we got time, I think you should play all 3.
We don't have time.
Sadly. sadly.
That's the bit, man. That's the bit.
Gibby goes, only in church can you make a joyful noise.
That's true. Mine is not joyful.
It's like cats making love.
I don't even know if I sound that good.
All right, we're about 4 minutes away from the break. Wrapping up the show today with Tony Scarpetti. He is going to be coming in for beer for breakfast from Two Tides. Actually, I'm going to check. What do we have next week?
I don't know.
Well, actually, I think we have Wayne Millard from.
Is it Millard or Millard? Millard?
I thought it was Millard.
Millard or Millard?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just always call him Wayne. Never used his last name.
Never used his full name?
Yeah. And Wayne's a cool guy, man. He's in charge of the Beer Label Society, which is just a beer group in Savannah. They shared pictures of beer labels online, and it's kind of gone off from there. And there's people all over the country that are a part of it. Super cool guy, big beer lover. Him and his wife are just awesome. So I'm excited to have him on. I think that'll be fun.
Our boss goes, I can't sing. We know. Yeah, Wayne is going to be stopping in next Friday.
Cool.
Hey, he just started this beer-loving Facebook page, and now 20,000 likes later, he's a little bit of a big deal when it comes to beer in the Southeast. He loves showcasing all sorts of stuff.
That man knows his stuff. I mean, knows his stuff.
Gibby goes, I miss it. Playing and singing music was my therapy.
I get that, man. I get it. That's one of the reasons I got in the radio. It's like I knew I couldn't sing. I would never be able to, but I love music, so as close as I was going to get. I love theater. I knew I was never going to become an actor, but, you kind of have that element here. So it was a combination of two things. And what the hell? It worked out.
Yeah.
20 years in, man. 20 years in. 20-plus years in.
Oh, look at this. I have, our friend, in quotation marks, Jake Thompson, just put up he's doing like top 10 videos for the 10-year anniversary of Bob 106.9. He just put it up on our Google Drive. And I was thinking to myself, he doesn't release it till noon. What if I released it early? What if I just
we got a scoop?
What if I just one-upped him and just released it? But we released it on my page. Or released it on the Rock 106.1 page.
You got scooped?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, man. That's crazy that the video somehow got leaked. He would be pissed. Gibby goes, may I share a video of a song we performed in a band I played with, Deception? Sure, man. Throw it on the chat. Without a doubt. All right, so we're coming back here in about 90 seconds or so. Looks like Paper Cut is going to be the cut, literal cut, no pun intended, that we played today for Fire Away Friday. And then we jump right into Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia? Speaking of, where's my trivia?
The last question of this round that I wrote may be my favorite question I've ever written for trivia.
Okay.
I love that question.
All right.
It may make it into one of the games we do at bars. And I think you'll know it. I think most people will know it, but maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the game I wrote that I'll do today, if you're chosen, is one of the hardest games I've ever written.
Kick me when I'm down. Kick me when I'm down. It'll be Dennis who calls in and gets all 7. I get 2.
My guess is max 3. Max is you would get maybe 3.
You've gone Jeopardy on me.
Yeah, I think this is probably, like I said, it's one of the tougher games. I would love to be surprised. I would love to be surprised on this one.
I would love to surprise you, but,
I hope you are chosen today. Because we've gone back and forth.
That's true.
It was you, me. So I hope today is definitely you.
All right, guys, we'll be back. Get the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You can also listen to the station. Download the app for free. Google Play, the App Store, and home smart speaker. Also the website at rock1061.com. It is Fire Away Friday. Every Thursday night, we post a topic and 3 songs to the Facebook pages, give you a chance to vote. This topic for today, Chester Bennington, this past weekend would have been 45 years old. So we have 3 songs from Chester from 3 different bands. His time with STP, Out of Time, Gray Days, Sickness, and of course, a tune from Linkin Park. And that song was Paper Cut. Now, Gibby was just like, just play all 3. And you agree with Gibby.
I actually do, yeah.
We're 4 weeks in. We can't change the bid already. Let it roll,
No,
man.
but I mean, all 3 songs we both agree are
great,
fantastic
yeah.
songs. Not saying previously the songs we've chosen aren't good, but these are 3 great songs. I think it's probably a good idea that we just play all 3.
I'm going to stay with the brand and say no.
Okay.
Because we got to go with the votes.
Okay, Dad. Thanks. Cool. Let's just do what you say, Dad.
And the votes say Paper Cut.
Cool. I'm mad at you, man. Fine. You know, they're fine. We'll stick to the bit. This is fine. Actually, Paper Cut probably would have been my vote anyway. It is a fantastic song from the first album.
All right, here we go. It is Fire Away Friday. Last weekend would have been Chester Bennington's 45th birthday. Top vote getter is Paper Cut. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
All right, guys. Right into Paper Cut. After Paper Cut, we're going right into trivia, right?
Yep.
Perfect. Are you smarter than a community college dropout trivia? If you guys want to play, feel free to call us up here in about 3 minutes or so. We'll take the very first person. That person will automatically score tickets to Extreme Monster Truck Spring Nationals happening on May 1st. Hey, Wanda, you slept till 8 o'clock. Congratulations.
That's awesome.
That's pretty much when I woke up over the weekend. I slept till 8 o'clock when I usually wake up, at 5. I am really looking forward to sleeping in tomorrow.
Yeah, Sunday is going to be my big sleep-in day.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be nice. But even like I said, tomorrow I got to get my vaccine, shot 1 at 9. I live 5 minutes from the Kroger I'm going to get it at, so I'll wake up at 8:30.
So I don't know if they have to shoot you up in the left arm, but I think I got shot up for both of mine in the left arm.
Okay.
So when I see you tomorrow afternoon, I want you to know I'm going to be punching your left arm all day. I'm going to be like, even when you walk away from me, I'm just going to be like, tap, hey, man, how's it go? Hey, Cotter.
It's like setting that new tattoo.
Yeah. Wanda goes, I should be walking out the door by now. It's fine. You got time. Gibby, I'm still waiting for the email with the live stream for the Pantera tribute info. Cool. You're going to be waiting at least for another week and a half or 2, man. They won't be sending me the codes for that until about 2 days out from the event itself. So just a heads up there. I'm pretty sure I told you that, but you probably are just being impatient, you son of a bitch. I'm feeling good about trivia today. Actually, I really want you to go today. I feel like I should be. This is my off day.
Okay.
Being that we're so close to the weekend, I just want to be off right now.
I get that.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and allow you to go today.
Oh, you're so generous.
I am.
So
I'm a giver.
Nice.
I'm a giver. I went to the dentist yesterday, and my wife cleaned my teeth. She's my dental hygienist. And she was cleaning my teeth, and they have like the regular like pick stuff,
Yeah.
or they have like the water thing, the
Yeah.
jet. And she goes, I'm going to use the jet because I'm going to clean this mouth thoroughly if I have to kiss it. And I'm like, oh. And then she went to town, man. My teeth were so sensitive last night.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. She's like, oh, I'm going to make sure we clean this out good. And I was like, ugh. She was hitting places. Not good ones. Not good ones. It hurt. She took me to task. That's for sure.
All right, guys, be right back. Still an excellent choice for the Fire Away Friday song. Paper Cut,
It
Linkin
is.
Park, Chester Bennington.
Wish we could hear the other two.
You know what? Maybe someday. Maybe.
Okay. All right.
Next year on his 46th birthday.
Wow.
We'll honor him again.
We have to wait that long?
Yes, you do.
Jesus.
All right. Are you smarter than a community college dropout trivia? Brought to you by Rotten Little Bastard Distillery. It is time to play. Who do you want to take on? Myself? You want to take on Marshall, who is undefeated? the Undertaker of trivia here on the Cotter and Marshall Show.
Well, let's go over records real quick. Now that we're almost
let's
a
do it.
full,
Let's talk about
a
how
full
much
month into
better
the
you're
show.
doing.
Cotter, you have 3 wins, very respectable. You have 4 losses, not respectable, and 1 tie.
Yeah.
My record currently stands at 8 wins, 0 losses, and 3 ties. No big deal. Like I didn't know why I bring it up as much as I do.
Oh, I know why. 'Cause you like hearing it.
Oh yeah. Okay, 8 now. It sounds good. It sounds good. But here's the thing. I've already started the weekend in my mind. So I can't play trivia today.
So I'm just saying, now's the time to take on Marshall. You can be the one that dethrones, the one that breaks the streak.
Don't know. I am like a caged lion. You do not want to poke me this morning because I will come at you. You definitely want to play Cotter. And Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia?
All right, now is the time to call if you would like to play, win, lose, or tie. You'll score tickets for Extreme Monster Trucks. But are you smarter than the Community College Dropout Trivia? Brought to you by Rotten Little Bastard Distillery. If you'd like to play, call right now. 800-394-1061. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 1061.
All right, here's our call.
Rock 1061. Who's this?
Is Josh?
Josh. All right, man. Well, you're going to play some trivia today. Who would you like to take on? Myself, Cotter, or Marshall?
Let's go with Cotter.
All right.
Love it.
All right. Let's do this, Josh.
This
I'm
is
ready.
falling right into my grubby little
I need
hands.
some redemption.
All right, Josh, here's the deal, man. We're going to do 7 questions in 60 seconds. Your time's going to begin after I ask the first question. If for some reason you don't feel comfortable with the question, you can say pass, and if we have enough time, we'll come back to it. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, here we go. Once again, your time begins after the first question. The first question is multiple choice. What do the letters on the first license plates ever created represent? Are they the owner's initials or the owner's county? Excuse me.
County.
Incorrect. In what state is Oral Roberts University located?
Pass.
Trypophobia is a fear of what? Is it holes or ditches?
Trypophobia?
Yeah, trypophobia. Is it a fear of holes or ditches?
Ditches.
Incorrect. What is the name given to a group of geese?
Group of geese?
A group of geese.
Geese. Wow. I know. Pass for now.
True or false? Octopuses have 4 hearts.
True.
Incorrect. Columbus is the capital of which U.S. state?
Ohio.
Correct. And how many times does Batman drop the F-bomb in the new Justice League movie? 1 or 2?
1.
Correct. And your time is up. All right, Josh, you got 2 out of 7 correct today. It was a tough one. Cotter. All right, man. Here we go. So Josh got 2 out of 7 correct today. It's a very hard one going on today. So, Josh, we're just going to pot you down for 1 second. You're still going to be able to hear us, but I'm going to ask Cotter those same exact questions. Time was running out there. Whew, he barely got that last one in. So here we go, Cotter.
I don't feel good, man.
Once
He's
again,
only getting 2.
Your time begins after I ask the first question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Perfect. What do the letters on the first license plates ever created represent? Are they the owner's initials or the owner's county?
Oh, I'm going to go county.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
In what state is Oral Roberts University located?
You son of a bitch. Kentucky.
Incorrect. Trypophobia is a fear of what? Is it holes or ditches?
Holes.
Correct. What is the name given to a group of geese?
Flock.
Incorrect. True or false? Octopuses have 4 hearts.
True.
Incorrect.
God damn it.
Columbus is the capital of which U.S. state?
Ohio.
Correct. And how many times does Batman drop the F-bomb in the new Justice League movie? Is it 1 or 2?
2.
Incorrect.
Damn it!
Cotter, that is a tie today. 2 correct answers. Josh, congratulations, man. A tie. Well, it didn't matter anyway. We're still hooking you up with tickets to go check out Extreme Monster Truck Spring Nationals. We'll hook you up with tickets for Saturday, May 1st. Cotter's going to grab your phone number real quick, just off our line. You don't need to say it. And then we're going to call you after the show, and we'll actually mail those right out to you.
Yep, I got it. So,
all right, Josh.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and go over answers. It was, like I said, probably the toughest game of trivia I've ever created.
Garbage game.
What do the letters on the first license plates ever created represent? They actually are for the owner's initials. They were first put on the plates for the first few letters. In which state is Oral Roberts University located? Oklahoma.
Yeah, never got that.
Trypophobia is a fear of holes. What is the name given to a group of geese? The gaggle.
Okay.
Gaggle of geese. Come on, Cotter.
Yeah, no.
True or false? Octopuses have 4 hearts. That is false. They have 3.
Okay.
Columbus is the capital of which U.S. state? Ohio. And how many times does Batman drop the F-bomb in the new Justice League movie? It is 1
It's not
time.
enough. Not enough. I need more F-bombs from the Batman.
Wanda said it was a tough game.
No, that game sucked. That game could go to hell and die. It does not deserve a Viking funeral.
Are you sure? Because setting it on fire would probably be your choice right now.
Oh, I would burn that bitch. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Brought to you by Rotten Little Bastard. We're back on Monday. Your chance to win. Connor and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Oh, I can't believe you tied again.
Son of a
You
bitch.
have the worst record.
All right, we'll be right back.
don't know why camera 3 is not on. I don't know why camera 3 is not on. We'll fix that. I don't know what's going on.
Dad always told me I had a face for radio. I'm good to go. No camera, the better.
Let's just do an unplug and plug back in.
Still nothing?
Nope, that's weird.
Blue lights aren't even on.
There it is. There it is. Yeah. Perfect. I would just ask our engineer, like, man, it's broken. What do I do? And he would just tell me, like, have you tried unplugging it, plugging it back in? No.
So what's your title?
So I am the South Carolina Georgia State Manager. Yeah. For Wicked Weed, yep. And Wicked Weed, we all have nicknames, like on our business cards, and they print them on these. And mine is Tony Two Tap Scarpetti. And there's a story behind it. It doesn't, because I'm not in the mafia.
You should be.
Yeah, with the name I should be.
Scarpelli?
Scarpetti.
Scarpetti.
Perfect. Raven Dantes goes, Revenge of the Buttons. So we live stream every morning. From the studio here. We go to Twitch and Facebook, YouTube. So, and then we talk to people all morning long just through the stream, and then we take phone calls. So we're constantly like talking for 4 hours every single morning.
Sounds like my job.
Yeah.
Constantly talking to people, customers.
Yeah. Did you get in enough time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got it in. Actually got it in early. Was able to drop a song.
Wow. Are you worried about something? Is that why you're listening to it?
Yeah, I'm just making sure.
How long have you guys been doing radio?
20-ish years. Yeah, since I was 20 years old. You've been doing it for longer, right?
27.
27.
Jesus. Yeah, I've been 20, 38, 18 years. Yeah,
18 years.
so. Perfect. All right, guys, officially back on the stream. Special guest in studio, Tony from Wicked Weed. Make sure to talk on the mic.
Cool. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. You guys get beer for breakfast. I get sea salted caramel ice cream for breakfast. We're not the same. No, not quite. But actually, that ice cream sounds delicious. I'm a big believer in you can't eat ice cream under 70 degrees. Like it's not
Really?
a thing. Yeah, When's the last time you had ice cream?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I don't usually eat ice cream would be the thing, but
Really?
I don't have a temperature rule.
Yeah, like it's 90 degrees plus. I'm a big time ice cream guy.
Not a big ice cream guy. I'm more of a popsicle guy.
Yeah?
I love popsicles. Oh.
Anti-popsicle.
Oh, God.
Anti-popsicle.
Slushies, ices, you name it.
I love a good what is it? Yeah, slushy. Yeah. What's the red slushy stuff called? Is that just slushy?
Not like a snow cone, but
I'm trying to, what the hell is that?
Slurpee.
Yeah, like
slush puppy.
You like when you'd go to Kmart and you'd get there was like icy.
Yeah,
icy.
Yeah,
Ices.
icy. Yeah. It literally was just red.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
neon red.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite
the
thing.
Coke and the cherry on top.
Yeah.
You mix them. Those are my favorite.
Raven Dantes goes, ice cream is better when it's cold outside. Fight me. You're a monster. You're a monster, sir. All right. Well, we have a couple beers. You know what? I think we should do both. I think it'd be rude if we didn't drink both of the beers
Agreed.
that Tony brought.
Agreed.
Tony Two Tap. We'll get into the nickname. We'll get into your favorite beers.
Yeah.
We'll get into the beers that started you down this road of alcoholism that we're all on. And, of course, if you have alcoholism or an alcoholic, you should go get help. There's a number for that. We don't know it.
No. It's also called Wicked Weed. You know,
Yeah.
that helps as well. Yeah. So you want me to start with one?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Yeah, we're just.
We got a few minutes still before we do anything.
Are you a Marvel fan at all?
I am.
Have you watched The Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Not yet. I'm waiting. I like to let the episodes pile up before
Right.
I get that.
get on them.
What'd you think of WandaVision?
Slow start.
Yeah.
Very slow start.
Have you watched the entire
I have.
series? Yeah.
I watched the first 3 episodes and I stopped for almost a month. And I was like, I'm not going to get back into this. And then I started seeing things online, like, oh, I can't believe that happened. And I'm like, what happened? What did I miss? And so then I started watching again, and then I binge watched it.
Yeah. The first 2 episodes were a little slow. I wasn't a huge fan of the first episode, but it did get a lot better.
Okay, great.
But yeah, watching it on a weekly basis, I wish I had the whole Netflix type of thing with it. I wish I would have had all of it and was able to binge it all at once. But
it made sense after when you watch the conclusion for the first episode. But at first, when you first watch it, you're like, what am I watching? Why am I watching this? Like, what is the point of this?
Yeah.
Well, that was kind of the first episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier for me. It's just like it's okay, it's fine.
I like the thing with Falcon Winter Soldier is like I just don't care that much about Sam, and his like backstory. I'm like I don't care that he went to the bank and like had that fun little interaction. I don't care about any of that. Like, give me the first 10 minutes of the episode where he's like destroying helicopters and trying to beat up George St. Pierre, which was just hilarious. Like he would never, but in real life. But just give me more of that. That was like movie quality, fighting entertainment. Yeah. Not to ruin it for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say
sorry,
I'm probably gonna start it this weekend.
Yeah,
like he asked you now because you just basically told him everything.
I'm
like,
no,
I'm
curious.
All I said,
choice now.
All I said was he got into a fight and then he went to the bank. There is nothing much I gave away there.
I have to
That's
watch
pretty
it.
much the episode, though. That's the crappy part.
I literally have to watch it now.
Actually, there were the bits that with Winter Soldier in it are probably the best in the episode.
To me, that was great.
Yeah, when he's on screen, you'll love that.
Yeah, that was by far the best.
I mean, Winter Soldier's pretty good character.
Yeah, and I mean, and it was definitely more of a character building episode for him. I think with what they showed, I thought that stuff was awesome.
Yeah,
because when they had the reveal, you're like, oh dear God, so good.
Gibby goes, want to ask our guest and answer the internet question. Not trying to tell you how to do your job. I don't want to be that annoying coworker. Well, you are, Gibby. I make the rules here, but yeah, we'll totally ask him one. We won't get him in trouble with anything that will get him in too much trouble. Actually, this is a good one, especially for for what he does for a living, because I'm sure he sees a lot of tattoos. Tony, if you had to get a lip tattoo, what would it say?
I'm guessing we're talking outside of the lip where it's visible?
No, like the inside
the lip?
Yeah,
okay.
right here. Mine would just say regrets.
I mean, it would probably be something I couldn't say on air.
Right.
Just because of the people that I deal with.
No, we're not on the air
sometimes,
right now. You can say fuck, shit,
Oh,
anything
okay.
right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Definitely be fuck off. And you've seen it because there's a lot of people I deal with that sometimes are overly intoxicated, and I just want to be like, fuck off, and like just reveal it.
Right.
Like, that would definitely be my lip tattoo.
Yeah. So do you in your day-to-day life, do you work more with like the customer side of beer, like talking to people, or do you deal with more like bar owners and like you should sell my beer at your place?
So that's a good question because before I took my current role, in the management, I was bar manager, bar owner, customer oriented, and I still do that now, but I also deal with trucking companies. I deal with more wholesalers than I ever have, and things like that. But during the day, you deal with bar managers, bartenders, staff, strictly bars. Then activations, nighttime, like samplings. It's all customer based. And then of course,
well, that's how we met. I mean, I was doing a trivia tournament. You were handing out free beers like for 2 hours straight to everyone. I'm like, Tony's just getting everyone loaded. I like this dude.
And then with the brewery name like Wicked Weed, you're just walking around and people are like, oh man, I love that. And you're like, no, it's not exactly what you think.
Yeah, it's funny. Gibby actually wrote he would get free mustache rides tattooed on his lip. I would just actually get that on my mustache and then grow my mustache constantly. Yeah. When you shave it, you know he's serious. How much time we got?
We got like 6 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool. We got time. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. So I did a trivia tournament at the draft room at Berwick. That's where I met Tony. And then the next week, I was talking to Haley, and she's one of the people that work at the bar. And she's like, have you seen these? And she brings over rolling papers with the Wicked Weed logo on them. I'm like, I have not seen those, but that totally makes sense. So that's
awesome.
cool that you give away rolling papers with Wicked Weed. At least you're on brand. You guys absolutely step into the brand as opposed to just being like, it's just a cool name.
Yeah. Well, the name comes from history. It's actually a pretty cool historical quote.
Tell us about it on the stream.
Yeah, no,
you want it on there?
Yeah,
All right,
do that
let's
on
do it
the air. Let's save that for there.
That's a fun one.
That's a good one.
But we definitely do play into the brand. I mean,
yeah.
I probably have the shortest hair of the sales team, and
you're the most corporate guy on the sales team,
pretty much. Let's be honest. I do have the most tattoos though, so that says something.
Trying to even it out, I guess.
Yeah.
Growing up too much.
Yeah. I did have long hair. I used to be a little bit of a beach hippie. I lived on Folly Beach and I had hair down to here.
Oh.
I like to call myself a merman.
We actually got into a conversation earlier about beaches. Do you like the idea of the beach now that you're a little bit older, or do you actually still like going to the beach?
I hate the beach now.
Yeah,
now that I'm
exactly.
older, and especially after you have kids, like it's a completely different experience.
Yeah, oh yeah.
When I was young, I would say early 20s, pop out there with a case of beer and good to go. Now it's like, oh, you better pack the suitcase. Oh, I gotta have this. I gotta
sand all in your car.
And then the process of cleaning afterwards. You got to shower, and then you still got sand in the crevices everywhere, and you're like,
you gotta make sure your kid doesn't fall into the ocean and never come back.
Yeah.
That is a thing.
Yeah, I used to be very carefree in the ocean. I would swim out to end of piers and dive down for starfish and sand dollars, and now I'm scared to go above my waist. So
that's as far as I go.
Yeah.
I just go out there to pee, so.
It's definitely changed.
Once we get to the next song, I'm going to fire up the delay, too. So
oh, okay. As we found out, Tony's a big-time cusser, so got to curtail that. Throw the delay on.
I'm very mindful of what I say, though. So. I know when to turn it on and turn it off.
So do we, for the most part. Been pretty good.
Yeah.
We actually don't usually run with the delay. That's how we like to live on the edge.
I've only, 25 years, whatever, in radio, and I had never cussed on the air until somewhat recently, and it was on accident. I didn't know it was on. It's the only other time.
I get picked on a lot because I'm kind of like Philip Rivers, like sometimes I'll catch myself, I'm like, gosh dang it, or like, dag nabbit, or something like that, and they're like, just say it. And I'm like, well, no, you never know who's around. Like,
you're the Philip Rivers of Wicked Weed. That's
Exactly.
a weird title to have, but also not bad.
All right. Program takes, I'm just now, because more buttons, guys. Program takes us there. That's on the air. Going to turn this on so we're going to actually hear music. Or not. Oh, because we did that. Okay, that's why. But I can't do that. All right.
Brand
Sorry.
new studio, brand new boards.
Everything's
Getting
brand
easy.
new, and it just always makes me nervous with everything. There we go. Okay. And we never, we've like he was saying, we very rarely use the delay, and it's just a different set of buttons and a different set of things that make sure that are pushed to make sure it works.
Mm-hmm.
Always makes me nervous. So in theory, we're on the stream.
Currently, yeah. 3 minutes to go before we jump on the air first. So how do you want to do this? Do you want to jump right into a beer review?
Let's talk
Tony.
We'll get the story behind Two Tap, the nickname,
And Wicked Wheat.
It's
important.
Pour a beer, and yeah, we could do one beer per each break,
Okay, let's do that.
and then then we can kind of just see where it goes.
Yeah, I can tell you guys how I got into the industry and
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
Yeah,
Cool.
Again, I talk for a living as well, so
Right.
I'm
No
fully
worries.
loaded, ready to go.
And he's fully loaded.
Yeah.
yeah.
which is actually what we want.
Well, I'm drinking 8.5%.
I've not had that.
Never
Freak
had
of
Freak of
Nature.
Nature.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It's a gem.
Okay. I'm excited. Haven't had that one.
It slaps, as the kids say.
I wanted to bring two different styles, but then at the same time, I really wanted to highlight, our IPAs just because
Yeah.
these are both award-winning IPAs too. So it's kind of cool.
Like I said, it's like I got it was IPA was like the beer that got me into craft beer, and then it's like the hoppier the better and all this stuff. And then after a while, I'm like I need something different. So I never stopped drinking IPAs, but I definitely drank less. And now I'm like all of a sudden rediscovering the IPA, and I'm like, man, this beer is so good.
I'm always
So
a couple
back in.
steps. I'm a couple steps behind you. I'm still loving pilsners and lagers.
I'll always drink a good Pilsner, man.
Yeah, I'm a hophead.
Yeah.
I always will be.
I get it.
The hoppier, the better. I'm not big into the new fad of IPAs, milkshake IPAs, lactose IPAs.
Seen a lot of those right now.
Oh, they're everywhere, and that's
They're hit or miss. I mean, there have been some good ones, but I mean, they're definitely hit or miss.
hazy IPAs. Those are huge,
Yeah.
huge in the beer world. We make a really good one. It's not my favorite beer that we make, but I can drink one or two, but then I'll go back to just traditional IPA.
Yeah, I get that.
So there was a one-off beer, and I don't know if maybe it's done on a more regular basis that I've only had at Wicked Weed in Asheville. I think it was called like Boston Cooler or something. Do you know what I'm talking about? Are you familiar with that beer at all?
I don't know if I've ever had that one.
It was first trip. It was 5+ years ago. Cotter and I went to Wicked Weed. Took our wives up. Went to a bunch of breweries up in Asheville. But I remember, I think it was called Boston Cooler or
Remember
something
that
to the effect of that. It was one of my favorite beers of all time, and I have not found it since. So I was hoping you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I know that beer," and I'll be like, "Dude, get me some of that."
So that's the downfall of working remotely. We do so many R&D batches up there that are only in the pubs that I don't get to try them all. I like to think that I've tried pretty much everyone that's ever been in distribution, but even that's tough because we release in our paid.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're gonna. All right, happy Friday, Cotter and Marshall Show. Favorite segment of the week.
Without a doubt.
It is time for Beer for Breakfast. Joining us in studio, the South Carolina and Georgia State Manager for Wicked Weed.
That's a huge title, dude.
You
Like,
know?
you don't look that responsible.
I'm not.
You are up the food chain. I like that. Tony, Two Tap Scarpetti. All right, we're jumping right into the nickname. How did you get the nickname Two Tap? Is it Two Tap or Two Taps?
Two Tap.
Two Tap.
Just
All
to
right.
make it
Singular.
easy.
Singular. All right,
Yes.
so
Yes.
what's the story behind the nickname? Let's start there.
So everyone always associates it with my last name, Scarpetti. They think, it's mafia related. Well, obviously
Absolutely.
it's not.
The moment I met you, I'm like, he's a part of The Sopranos. Is he the small boy from that show?
Yeah. With Wicked Weed, we're always asked, you have to have a nickname when you start.
Okay.
And, I started a little over 3 years ago, and pretty much every beer name you could think of was taken at that point.
Right.
Dr. Dank, the Rollin' Barrel Ballin',
Yeah.
anything and everything. And we're known for our sours and our IPAs.
Yeah.
And I went in to sell beer, and I actually sold 2 lines. And I was like, oh, man, I get to sell 2 taps in every bar I go in. And then it's kind of an alliteration on Tony Two Taps Scarpetti.
Right.
So it kind of stuck. And now in certain areas that I cover, they don't even know me by my name. They just go, hey, Two Taps. Hey, what's going on? Things like that. So the name stuck. People love it. I love it. And it's kind of just my tagline now.
You've been murdering kegs for years
Yeah.
now.
Murdering
there you
kegs.
go. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
Good for you.
There you go.
Convicted murderer.
All right, so 3 years with Wicked Weed.
Yep.
All right, so how did you get into it? What was your start with them?
So I started in food and bev.
Okay.
I spent about 15 years of my life in food and beverage, doing anything and everything you could ever imagine. Washing dishes, cooking, kitchen manager, general manager. Finally, dream job of mine was to be in the beer industry.
Sure.
Applied for 100 different supplier jobs. Everybody wants to work for a brewery. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be a radio guy. Like
Not everyone.
They're amazing jobs, though. Like there's a long line to get in. Kept getting the same response. You need experience. You need experience. So then I applied for the local distributor.
Okay.
They're down here as well, Southern Eagle. Amazing company, one of the best companies I've ever worked for in my life. So I started as an on-premise salesman. So basically I went in and I sold multiple brands. I sold the entire portfolio. Continued to evolve in the craft world, and I was lucky that I bartended in Denver. I bartended in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Charleston, so I've been around in a lot of big beer cities. And so when I was with the wholesaler, I was the on-premise sales rep, and I continued evolving in the craft, and then I became the craft brand manager. Well, as I did that, then I only focused on craft, so then I didn't have to sell domestics. So then I'm starting to build my experience. Naturally, we launched Wicked Weed in South Carolina at the time before we had launched it in coastal Georgia, and they needed to backfill my boss's position, and they picked the best. I mean, let's be honest.
Tony Two Taps,
yeah,
baby.
Tony Two Taps, So they approached me and they asked me if I'd be interested in the job, and I said, absolutely.
Nice.
So I took the job, and my initial territory was all the way essentially from the tip of North Carolina, Florence, Myrtle Beach, up that area, Little River, and then all the way down to like St. Simon, Jekyll, and things like that.
That's huge.
So that was my territory as a Wicked Weed sales rep.
Just the tip 2 taps.
Just the 2 tips, tip north, tip south.
So many tips.
Yeah. So that's how I got in with Wicked Weed, and then my career has evolved. I continue to learn, continue to grow, and then I took the promotion this past year in 2020 during the pandemic of the state manager of Georgia and South Carolina.
Sick brag, dude. Sick brag. Well, we really appreciate you coming in. I had an opportunity to meet you back this past January when I was hosting a trivia tournament, and I was like, dude, I got the morning show coming up. You have to come in because we're both a huge fan of Wicked Weed. Cotter and I actually went up, it was like 4 or 5 years ago at this point, but I mean, we went into Wicked Weed and we stayed for quite a while. I brought up a beer that I don't even think you guys make anymore called Boston Cooler that I love there. But I'm very excited about what you brought in today. So let's start. Let's have a beer.
There's 2, man. So let's crack one open.
It is beer for breakfast. Let's start off with this first beer. What do we have today, Tony?
So this is our Pernicious IPA. This is our number 1 selling beer, 7.3%. This is my Bud Light, we'll call it, right? This is what I drink on a day-to-day.
What 7.5?
7.3.
7.3.
Yeah.
I can drink these all day.
Tony looked a little loaded when he walked in, and I was like, now I get it.
Tony is a professional.
Yes, well, yes. I do this for a living. I mean, let's be honest.
He kills kegs for a living, man. I mean,
all right, thank you.
Yep. So, like I said, this is our number 1 selling beer. This beer is very special to us. Because of the name Wicked Weed, which I'll get into in a second. The title of this beer is where essentially we got our name, Wicked Weed. Also, something really cool about this beer is that think about all the great East Coast breweries, right? I mean, up and down the East Coast, Northeast, everything. The Great American Beer Festival is the Super Bowl of beer festivals.
Oh, yeah.
Fort Collins, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Every year, IPAs are always the number 1 entered category.
yeah, we tried to actually go to that and broadcast from it. We were trying to sneak our way into it. I don't think they allowed it.
No, that didn't happen.
They said no. They denied it.
It's still a dream.
Yeah.
Still a dream.
Yeah. I know. Well, try doing it. It would be amazing. But you think about all the great East Coast IPAs. None of them had ever won in the IPA category before 2015.
Okay.
So we're only 8 years old as a brewery. In comes Wicked Weed. We put in Pernicious, and we take home silver. So that's kind of what really put us on the map.
Right.
You know, like as far as like knowing that, hey, we're an IPA house.
Right.
You know, sours, IPAs. It's a great beer, West Coast IPA, but what I like to think is it's a West Coast IPA with an East Coast touch, right?
Okay.
Because you can drink this with our humidity, with the no-see-ums, the gnats and everything biting you, and you can just drink this on a
because you're
boat.
so drunk you don't even feel the gnats anymore.
Exactly. Well, they get drunk and they just fall off it. So, you know.
It's a great way to kill.
It's
kill
gnat
the
repellent.
gnats.
Yeah, you don't have to actually buy insect repellent anymore.
No.
You just douse yourself in Pernicious from Wicked Weed.
All right.
Two Nats. You know?
All right, well, let's do a little beer review. Let's go ahead and just hold it up to the light first. I mean, it is golden yellow like you think a natural lager would be. As you said, the Bud Light of Wicked Weed. So there you go. It's very close color-wise. Let's take a big old sniff of this bish.
Yeah, that doesn't play around, man.
It's got some nice hop aroma to it. I don't think it's like overbearing, like too hoppy. Like there's some beers that are dank, I guess is the perfect word. This is not dank, I don't think, on the scale of smell.
Am I getting grapefruit or is it just me?
No, you are.
Okay,
you are.
good.
You're having a stroke.
I might. I don't know.
A little bit of grapefruit, a little bit of tropical fruit in there.
That's nice.
What's great about this beer too is we really let the hops speak for themselves.
Right.
So we lowered the malt bill a little bit, and we just dumped a ton of hops in there. So that's a big difference. Like this isn't going to be a palate destroyer.
Right.
Like, this beer pairs well with seafood, salads, wings if you really want to intensify the heat.
That's why you can drink it all day.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Dude, I can see why that is your Bud Light. So smooth.
Yeah.
You got the hops there, especially come back in on the back end a little bit more.
Yeah.
But that is just a super smooth. It's an easy drinking IPA.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Which is hard to say, even after you drink it.
I know.
And you don't realize that it's 7.3. That's what's dangerous about it.
Not at all.
It's very dangerous. It could definitely sneak away.
And it holds up. It holds up on the beach, boat, golf course.
Perfect.
With our heat, there's a lot of IPAs out there that, being a hophead that I am, I can't drink a hoppy beer in 90-degree weather. Pernicious, you can drink it and still feel refreshed.
Well, let's go ahead and review it. Then we'll take a break and we'll come back and we'll review Freak of Nature, which I'm excited about. I haven't had that one before. So on the beer scale of supremacy, we'll go around the table. Cotter, you start first. What do you give Wicked Weed's Pernicious on the scale of 1 to 5, just so Tony knows?
Man, this is tough because we got the other one coming up. Do I start high? I don't know where to go. It's always the first one. I'm going to go 3.75 because it is super easy drinkable. It is, like you said, you don't know it's 7.3. It is a really good IPA. And like I said, I've recently gotten back into IPAs. This is something that I could just go to constantly and be okay with going, that's my go-to IPA.
Tony, what would you give? I know you're a little biased because you do work for Wicked Weed, but on a scale of 1 to 5, on the beer scale of supremacy, what would you give your own Pernicious India Pale Ale?
So this is a non-biased opinion. Even before I started working for Wicked Weed, I sold probably 70 different IPAs. I give Pernicious a 5. I always kept this in my refrigerator. Even before it was released in South Carolina, I would drive to North Carolina specifically to get this beer. Like I said, this is definitely my favorite beer and my go-to. So
normally I would call BS on that. I believed every word he just said.
Yeah.
I honestly, you believe this is a 5, man. That's awesome.
He's an absolute addict, you could tell.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and give this a 3.5. I actually really do enjoy Wicked Weed overall, and also Pernicious as well. I'm not really into IPAs at the moment. Like I said, we've been on the live stream, we were talking about how we're in the ebbs and flows of stuff. I'm currently on a lager Pilsner kick, but I actually do enjoy this IPA, and I totally get the beach vibes of this. I could slug these all day and eventually fall face first into the ocean.
All right, more from Tony with Wicked Weed coming up. We've got brand new stuff from Seether. This is Bruised and Bloodied. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. There we go. All
right, guys, thanks for hanging around on the stream today. If you have any questions for Tony, drop them in. We'll ask them. Just make sure they're not incredibly weird. Tony's persuasion skill increased 15 points. No, honestly, this beer is really, really good. I've always liked Wicked Weed stuff, though. Always been a big fan of it. It's actually last time I went to Asheville, which was for my birthday last year. My wife and I went, and it was during the pandemic, so you guys were doing all sorts of protocols and stuff, and I wasn't even able to get in. And that's how busy Wicked Weed is there.
It's crazy. We're the second most visited spot in all of Asheville behind Biltmore Estates.
Okay.
So Biltmore sees around 1.3 million people per year, coming in and out of the doors, and we see right at close to 1 million people. Obviously pre-pandemic. Now with pandemic social distancing, it's a little bit different, but the lines are a lot longer now during the pandemic.
Yeah.
But we're hoping to get things back to normal and get cranking. It's still been cranking. It's an amazing experience up there.
Yeah, I was up in August driving back. My kid goes to Kent in Ohio, so I dropped him off and was driving back through, and I went to the Funkatorium and was able to get in and just sat there and ate dinner and drank for like 2 hours. It was fantastic.
Yeah, first
Yeah.
for like one single person, like getting in is probably a lot easier.
Yeah,
but
it was
just,
super
It
easy.
was just me and my wife, and they were like, "Oh, it's just a short hour and a half wait." I'm like, "All right, man. Well, I can't drink while standing in this line, so I gotta go."
I used the app and made a reservation ahead of time.
Oh yeah.
So then I hit up a couple others and then walked over and I just got right in. It was great.
Yeah, it's a overall good experience, and both facilities are walking distance. So you
Yeah,
go to
yeah.
the original brew pub, which is 91 Biltmore. It's
Yeah.
right there,
Yeah.
downtown Asheville, and then you walk down the hill, South Slope, what we call it, and you go to Funkatorium. So
Yeah, the beer I brought up on the stream earlier, it was called Boston
Yeah,
Cooler.
what is it?
It's inspired by the Northern Summer drink. I can't read all of it. Made with loads of vanilla and ginger. It comes in at 5.8% alcohol, and let's see, it doesn't really tell you when it was available. But there was 400 reviews of the Boston Cooler on the Untapped website. So I don't know, man. Like Boston Cooler was my jam. Like that, I remember tasting it, and I
Yeah.
remember I drank it the entire time. I don't think I actually tried another beer while I was there. I just exclusively drank Boston Cooler because I
That's
knew it
awesome.
wasn't available anywhere else.
yeah, pre-pandemic, I mean, we would release around 240 plus beers every year between our R&D. That's
Right.
not distribution,
No,
you know,
I get
but
that. No,
like,
I get that. Yeah. That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to kill these guys. We got about 40 seconds, but buttons, I just want to make sure I got it right. We'll be back. All right, thanks for hanging out. It's Cotter and Marshall Show. Get the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. It is Beer for Breakfast. We've got Tony from Wicked Weed, the South Carolina, Georgia state manager. Wicked Weed, we said it earlier, one of our favorite breweries. We were there 4 or 5 years ago. And before we went, everybody's like, you got to go to the Funkatorium. Got to go to the Funkatorium. And my wife at the time wasn't a huge craft beer person. So she's like, let's go there first because I know I'm not going to like it. And then we can get it out of the way. So we go. We sat there for 2-3 hours and came back the next day. All of us fell in love with that place.
I think your wife and I actually went to the back and bought T-shirts.
Yeah,
because
she
we loved
does.
it so
She's-
much.
She still wears it. She
That's
still got her
awesome.
Wicked Weed shirt. So so when I went and I was there in August, and she's like, pick some stuff up. You don't come home empty-handed. So, I mean, yeah, I love the Funkatorium.
Yeah, so Tony, explain the Funkatorium and what that is compared to Wicked Weed and how. It's an exclusive place just in Asheville. But what is the Funkatorium so everyone can kind of understand what it is?
So the Funkatorium is our souring facility, right? So when you brew beer and you actually like barrel age sour beers, you deal with a lot of bacterias and wild yeast and things like that. So you don't want to contaminate your clean beers, IPAs, Pilsners, things like that.
Sure.
So when we opened the Funkatorium, we want to do it right. So we opened up a completely separate facility for our barrel aging process, and that was the original OG site where we did all of our barrel aging sour beers. As we grew, we had to open up a whole nother souring facility because our souring program got gigantic.
Right.
That's why if you go to the Funkatorium, it's known for the sour beers. So 90% of the menu is going to be all of our sour beers. You know, award-winning, OGs, new releases. It's the mecca in the Southeast for barrel aging sour beer program.
Yeah, it's a unique place too when you walk in because it's like all like dark, like walnuts, wood. I mean, it's just like it's almost gothic
It's
when
a cool
you
vibe.
first walk in. Yeah, so it's definitely a different vibe when you walk in there. So we actually have a question here from the stream that I wanted to ask you, Tony. Gibby asked this: when the pandemic started, many distillers and brewers made sanitizers and such. Did Wicked Weed do something similar?
So we were actually very busy and we were still at capacity. So we didn't shut down to make sanitizers because we're not a distillery and
Right.
we couldn't take the capacity. But what we did is we did shut our kitchens down and we gave back to the Giving Kitchen
Oh, that's
and to
awesome.
Manna, which is the local food bank in Asheville.
Cool.
We provided, I think it's over 150,000 meals last year just to frontline workers, schools, things like that. So we really concentrated our basically our resources towards giving back towards the Asheville community. and helping out a lot of people that were out of work up there. We also have a program within Wicked Weed too that we did that each employee out of my paycheck we donate. So like the servers and the front of the house staff and the back of the house staff. So I donate a portion of my paycheck every time. So we took that. So people that were out of work, we were able to give back as well.
That's awesome.
So yeah, not necessarily sanitizer, but we definitely we went above and beyond. I mean, we made USA Today news for our giving as far as like the meals that we provided and things like that.
So Wicked Weed, one of the coolest names I think in beer.
You guys have your own rolling papers.
That's amazing. So what's the story behind the name?
All right, so everyone assumes weed. Let's be honest, THC, CBD.
I think
right.
it's an easy attachment to go to.
Actually,
sure.
before Tony walked in, he sold me a dime bag.
You want to hit this pen? No, I'm just kidding. No, so our name comes from history. It's actually a really great story. It's a famous quote, King Henry VIII.
Okay.
He was a short, angry man.
Yeah, it's Cotter.
Me. Yeah, it's me.
He beheaded a lot of his wives.
Cotter.
He was known for that. So hops were illegal in England at the time. They were making a style of beer called Groot, which doesn't use hops.
Right.
And Germans were already using hops. So Germans were starting to bring hops into England, and he couldn't tax them. He wasn't making money.
Damn
so
Germans.
The famous quote goes that hops are a wicked and pernicious weed.
Okay.
So it's an actual quote in a history book. So at our brew pub, we have a mural of King Henry VIII.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the quote underneath of it. So
Nice.
that's where the name comes from, history, not from just getting stoned in a room and saying, hey, let's call our brewery Wicked Weed. Yeah.
Well, now that we've learned something, let's go ahead and do something that we don't usually do in the show. Let's go ahead and drink more beer.
So what's this next one we got?
All right. So we've got Freakin' Nature. So this is a double IPA.
Yes.
So-
Okay. Let's up the ante.
Yes. So I wanted to bring 2 IPAs because, again, we're known for this, right?
Yeah.
Tony Two Taps.
Cool story about Freak is at our brew pub, the OG, the original location. That's the first place we ever brewed beer. This was one of the first beers we ever brewed, and it's been on tap since day one.
Okay.
Anytime you ever go to 91 Biltmore Avenue,
Yeah.
Asheville, Wicked Weed, Freak is always on tap. And it always has been, and it always will be.
Oh, that's cool.
Double IPA, this beer stands out for itself. You drink one of these, you feel like a freak. Another reason I brought this is in 2020, with everything going on, this is one of our OG beers. It placed in the Great American Beer Festival, like I referred to earlier.
Oh, cool.
So this took home bronze. Again,
Okay.
one of the second most entered categories in all of the Great American Beer Festival in double IPAs, and it took home bronze. So we're very proud of that. As a brewery and sales force, this is definitely one of our favorite beers. So be able to have the accolade behind it now is pretty amazing and pretty awesome.
All right.
This one is going to be a little bit more malty than pernicious. Like I said, coming in at 8.5% alcohol, you can feel this one.
I've not had this one, so I am excited to try.
Yeah,
this.
I'm going in blind on this one, so just holding it up to the light. Once again, I mean, it's kind of a more of that lager look, but it definitely seems like it has less carbonation in this one than Pernicious had in the one we had prior.
It's more straw colored as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm colorblind. Go ahead and take a big old smell of this bish.
I mean, it's not overpowering.
Yeah, I felt like almost Pernicious seemed a little bit more hoppy than this one even, would you say?
Well, so pernicious, you get more of that effervescence.
We've been drinking, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. You get more notes on the
Right.
nose. This
Yeah.
one, you're going to get kind of that piney, a little bit of that dank smell on the nose.
Okay.
But it's still very mellow.
Yeah,
Again,
definitely.
our IPAs, we're not making these to destroy your palate.
Okay.
Right? Like, these are supposed to be complimentary.
You
beers
care
to
about my
everything you
mouth?
do. Yeah, we do. We care about everyone.
amazing.
You know?
All right, well, cheers, boys.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Oh.
And that comes in at what percent? 8.5?
Oh, I like that one.
I mean, this beer, they should have just named it after you, man. Tony Two Taps, because this thing is going to murder me. It runs so smooth. This thing runs incredibly smooth. Great malt forward taste there.
Yep.
I mean, this thing is deadly
Yeah.
if you allow it to be. And I'm not saying that in a bad way.
No,
This
it's
thing
not
is
bad at all.
absolutely delicious.
Oh, that is so good, man. Yeah, you get the maltiness of it, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
You get the hops on the back end. Oh, man.
Freak just hits different, you know?
It
It is so good.
It really does.
The artwork on the can and the box, phenomenal. It's so cool. Yeah, show that on the
Showcase it
stream.
on the live stream here.
That is so good. Oh man. So Marshall, on the beer scale of supremacy 1 to 5, where are you going to Freak?
Once again, I haven't been on a IPA kick in quite some time, man. But I'm going to give this one, check it out, 3.975. I'm really enjoying the hell out of Freakin' Nature, man.
All right, Tony, what about you?
Again, this one might be a little more biased than pernicious, but I will keep it honest. I've got to get this one a 4.5.
Okay.
Just because of the way it makes me feel after drinking
Yes.
too many of these.
I like that.
It's an emotional number. And that's fine.
Yeah,
That's completely
exactly.
fine.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to go 4.25 because it's like double IPAs to me are so tricky. I mean, they can either just kick your ass and you're like, I can't do this, or there's nothing there. This is almost like the perfect combination of both of those things because it's super smooth. You get the maltiness, you get the hoppiness, but I kind of like the pernicious. I could drink this all day. I mean, I'd pass out after a few.
You definitely
but
won't.
You know what? I would try. I'd give it my all. But no, dude, that is fantastic. That's a great beer. I really like that.
So the score?
4.25.
Oh,
I gave it.
4.2. Oh,
Yeah, I
sorry.
started
I
with
just
the score.
I blocked you out.
How many of you had? I mean, is that the?
I don't want to talk about it.
I brought a 6-pack.
All right. So one last question before we get out. I just like to kind of know what craft beer got you into craft beer.
So again, working in Denver, working in Raleigh, and all these things, craft beer has always been a part of my career.
Right.
I can go back to the IPA.
Yeah.
We are drinking IPAs that really got me into IPAs.
Mhm.
I was 21, and I was only drinking wheat beer at the time. Go figure. and Pilsners and Lagers.
Right.
And Highland, OG brewery in Asheville as
Right.
well. Much respect to them. I love that brewery. They made a beer called Cashmere IPA at the time, and I just remember drinking
very fancy.
a pint, and it just made me feel different. It gave me that funny little feeling inside, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, this is amazing!"
And your life has never been the same.
It's never been the same. I've been an alcoholic ever since. So
Outstanding.
All right, Tony from Wicked Weed, sir, thank you for stopping by,
Yeah.
man. That was awesome. Thank you for the beer. That was delicious.
Mhm.
Freak. If you guys haven't tried that yet, I can't recommend it enough. That is good stuff. All right, we've got Marshall's Music News coming up next. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
Excellent.
All right.
Shining as bright as I am.
All right.
All right.
Stream. We're back, maybe. I
We're-
don't know anymore.
Yeah, we should definitely be back.
There's so many
on
buttons.
the stream. Here, I'll make sure we're. Yeah, there we are. Yep.
Yeah, dude, that is.
Yeah, Freakin' Nature, man. That's a kick in the pants, dude. I mean, like,
Yeah.
you don't expect it to hit the way it does, but it's. I'm trying to think, dude. Your dad would like. It's a weird thing. Your dad would like this Even
he wouldn't.
old man Cotter?
No, he wouldn't.
No?
You're from Ohio?
No, I'm from Illinois. My dad drinks Old Milwaukee. He grew up on Stag. This stuff is disgusting.
I think the old man would like malty beer, would like this beer.
I don't. There's anything that has any amount of flavor to it. He's out. There's too much hops in that for him.
What does he drink? He drinks
Old Milwaukee.
Oh, I thought he was drinking Natty.
No, he drinks Old Milwaukee. If he comes to town, the only local beer I can get him to drink is Scattered Sun from Southbound. It's the only one.
Really?
Yes. I mean, I've tried to get him to do like what's the Mountain Jam, because it's usually pretty light and there's not.
Yeah, that's like the Bud Light of.
Can't do it, man.
Southbound.
And he's so. I think he's in his own head with it, to where it's like anything crafty is just out.
Yeah.
He'll drink Scattered Sun. That's it.
Wanda, have a great weekend.
Wanda, love you. Have a good weekend.
Have fun in Philly there.
All right, we got about a minute and a
half. All right.
Your son goes to Kent?
Yes.
Good school.
Yeah, it goes for fashion. It's like the number one fashion school in the country outside of anything in New York. So, yeah, it works out well so far, except for the drive when I have to go get him.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks. No, I can't. I won't be able to stop by Wiki because I got to leave right after the show on Friday.
I'll say you're right there, 77.
I know. I was trying to think, man,
and
can I stop by? No, I can't.
I honestly thought Kent was on the south side of Ohio. Then I realized I looked at a map recently.
Yeah.
It's on the north side, dude. Like you're in Canada. You're essentially in Canada in Kent, man. That's wild.
Yeah, it's a little ways up there.
Well, next time you go to Asheville, let me know.
Okay,
I'd love
I
to
will.
look it up.
Awesome, thanks, man.
You have my
Yeah, I got
contact
you. Yeah,
information.
thank you.
Yeah, anytime
That
you
is
guys
like-
go.
There's our boss.
Sturdiest card ever.
Come in for a second.
That's best. We got 30 seconds. Dang, man, that is like
Aaron, this is Tony. Tony, this is Aaron.
Pleasure to meet you, Tony. Nice to meet you. Absolutely. What are we drinking?
Freak of Nature and Pernicious.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1. I love it. Our boss doesn't show his face until there's beer in the studio.
Yeah, he literally came in, he chugged a beer and just walked out. Just like Stone Cold. He just literally just came in and he acted like that was his job.
All right. What do you guys got? What are you drinking today? Aaron. All right, man, let's get to it. It's time for story number one, Marshall's Music News.
So Weezer are pulling out all the stops to provide something special for the viewing audience, debuting the entire OK Human album live and inviting guests from the L.A. Philharmonic and Youth Orchestra in L.A. to join them. And the concert is going to take place at the Walt Disney Concert Hall in L.A. on April 16th. If you want to join in on the fun, yes, you can live stream it. It's only $20, but this is their brand new album. Now they're not just going to play the new album. They're also going to play, obviously, all the classic Weezer cuts that you expect as well. But this is like, imagine like Metallica S&M.
Right.
This is Weezer S&M. I mean, this is the Weezer equivalent. If you ever thought, wow, I wonder what that would sound like, Weezer with an orchestra, this is what you're going to get because their new album was recorded with an orchestra during the pandemic.
I love Weezer just for the fact that they'll try anything.
Mm-hmm.
You want us to cover Africa? Toto? We're in. You want us to do some cool alternative stuff? We're in. I mean, so this kind of stuff, I would love to see this. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
So if you go to NoCap, NOCAP, shows.com, you can actually get a live stream pass for only $20. But if you pay a little extra, you could be one of very few who will get the VIP ticket. That includes a 30-minute Q&A after the performance with the band on
awesome.
The live stream. So very cool stuff. Weezer doing a little S&M action. I want to, like you said, I want to join in on the fun as well. Once again, if you want to go to the website and buy your live stream pass, it's nocapshows.com.
All right, more Marshall's music news coming up. Here's Weezer. Buddy Holly, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
I'll do STP next. They're doing their 25th anniversary of Tiny Music, and then we'll wrap up with Queen. They just hit a milestone. They hit diamond certification on Bohemian.
All right, yep, we'll come right out of this song.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, with that, and especially with something like that, that's been out, that band, that song, been out for so long.
It was actually, let's see, where is it? Queen is the first British band in music history to earn the U.S. Diamond Song Award.
The Beatles have it? Holy crap.
According to this, yeah,
That's
absolutely.
kind of mind-blowing. Stones?
You know, Drake has more number ones than the Beatles at this point.
The industry has changed so much. So I don't think, yes, he's got that title, awesome. But I mean, I think, no, I mean, I think you look at it, and it's just so different at this point in time with how things are looked at, judged, calculated. So I'm old, I get it, old man Cotter, but I don't think it's the same.
Think of how much more accessible music is now versus
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, I can stop talking. I'm sorry.
No,
No,
you're
you're
fine.
fine.
Join in.
We're just on the stream. It's all good.
Yeah, I just didn't want people to think there was just a random third voice in the room.
Yeah, no, we're on the stream.
Yeah.
It's all good. We got about a minute left, so.
Yeah, I use this little, speaking of streaming, I use this little stream deck, so I'm able to actually pop in between panels and camera views.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
And so actually the cool thing is, and people can't see it on camera right now, but our stream deck, I can actually put in standard pictures or like GIFs. So if I want just to do like a Cotter solo shot, here's a solo shot.
Of course you
of
want to
Cotter
do
zooming in
that.
constantly on Cotter. Our engineer helped make that. That was pretty funny. You know, and if we have a guest, you know, there's a picture of Guy Fieri, going for it. So all sorts of fun stuff on there.
Yeah, I was listening to you guys on the way in. Thing I liked as a kid and I can't stand as an adult, Play-Doh.
Really?
Oh, okay. And with your kids putting Play-Doh everywhere.
Oh my God, it's the worst thing in the world.
You should have texted us, man. You should have texted me.
I
Got my
almost
number.
did.
All right, guys, we got 15. We'll be right back. Be sure to get the live stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. While you're there, like, follow, and subscribe. Let's get right back to it. Story number 2, Marshall's Music News.
I apologize in advance. This may make some of us feel very, very old, but STP is set to celebrate their 25th anniversary of their 1996 album, Tiny Music Songs from the Vatican Gift Shop.
It's their 3rd album, which makes me feel even older.
It's not core. It's not purple. It's tiny.
It's the 3rd.
Yeah, so in celebration of that, they're releasing a 3-disc, 1 LP deluxe edition of it due on July 23rd. It'll feature a remastered version of the original album, alternate versions, a mix of several of the songs, a complete concert taped at Club La Vela in Panama City Beach, Florida on March 14th of 1997. All of that goodness is available right now. If you go to STP's website, you can actually pre-order all of this goodness right now. But there you go, man. I mean, STP celebrating 25 years of Tiny Music. I remember that. I literally stole that CD from my brother from his room. He's like, do you know where my CD's at? I'm like, no. I still have that CD. It's amazing.
I will forever tie my beginning in radio to this album because it came out right when I started as a stunt boy on a local morning show, and Bing Bang Baby was the first single.
Still a jam, dude.
I still love that. It's one of my favorite songs from STP, and I always think back to standing in the producer's room. Derek Story was the producer, and I just remember that song, sitting there hearing it for the first time and being like, God, I love this band. Even back then, I love this band, but 3rd album in, 25 years.
Yep. So old.
Sucks being old man Cotter. All right, we got more Marshall's Music News, and we'll wrap up the show. Coming up next, it is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1. All right.
One more bit, and that's it. We're done for the show.
Yeah.
Gibby goes, I want to get the Chris Cornell album, No One Sings Like You Anymore, Volume 1. Is that out yet? I think it is, right? That's
Yeah, I think so.
That's the cover album.
Yeah.
And Raven Dante's, yes, Stream Decks are amazing. They are great. The only thing that sucks about the Stream Deck, at least with this computer, is, and it's the computer's issue, is the processing power is crazy. So if I go from like a single camera to a double camera, the computer doesn't work fast enough, or it only will turn on one camera.
Yeah.
So, but don't worry, we have a new computer coming supposedly next month.
What
Our
will
boss
happen-
promised.
What will happen first, the red flashing light or the new computer?
I was told the red flashing light is already ordered.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
On the outside door?
No, actually, so for our phone right over here, it just actually lights up like a light blue, and we miss it a lot because we're here talking and we're not staring at it. I can't actually see the phone even light up sitting in the position I am. So we asked for like a little red light to like sit on top of the board. That would be very obvious to both of us. The boss said no, and then we yelled at him for a while, and then he eventually caved in. He said he ordered it just like 2 days ago. So
Just give him a freak. He'll say yes.
we'll give him some more of those freaks.
Give him a freak.
Before we
Josh's
go.
phone number.
Oh yeah, cool.
You guys got big plans for the weekend?
About to ask you the same thing. Yeah, we're going to Two Ties, the local brewery here, and they're doing like some street fair where they're selling plants. So we both sold our wives. So I'm like, hey, you go look at plants while we get drunk. So that's kind of what we're doing this weekend.
That's pretty awesome.
If you haven't been to Two Tides yet, they do have some really good IPAs. I mean, they're IPAs.
And they do a lot of sours as well.
IPAs and sours are kind of their thing.
They're kind of stealing your thing,
Yeah,
dude.
right?
Do you want to?
are they kettle souring or are they barrel aged?
They've done both.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to? Hey, you want to burn that place down?
No,
No, I
not
like
at
their
all.
beers.
No,
Don't do that.
I was
give me
like,
give me a couple of these freaking natures. I'll do anything.
They sound awesome.
No, they got some really good stuff. If you're in town, just have some time. It's worth checking out.
Yeah.
What are you doing this weekend, man?
Not a whole lot of anything, to be honest. I've been on the road for the last month.
Yeah.
In April, I've got more than I can handle. I'm gone every single weekend.
Oh, wow.
I've
Damn.
got the Heritage in Hilton Head,
Okay.
Harbor Town.
Yeah, we'll
I've
be out
got
there
a
for
bunch
that.
of 420 parties. Again,
You're right.
no affiliation,
Hey.
no good weed, 420.
Lean
but
into it, man. Lean into it.
Got
We
all
are-
all the rolling papers.
We are releasing a beer called Dr. Dank that we're using hemp seed and
Okay.
terpenes in. So
Nice.
we're pretty excited about that. And that'll be kind of the kickoff for that brand.
Okay.
So,
Cool, man. Is there anything that people should look for in like the Georgia area that you guys are going to be releasing soon that we should keep
Dr.
it-
Dank
Yep.
will be releasing soon.
Anything fun? Like, is there any like special one-offs that like if we see the bomber bottle in store, we have to buy it because it's only released for a short amount of time?
Any of the Angel series you see?
Yep.
Definitely grab an Angel.
Yep.
Fresh Pressed is brand new for us.
I love that beer.
It's
Which
a
one is
great,
it?
It's a wheat beer, Cotter.
Not a big fan of wheat beers.
I'm not either. This one's
Yeah.
a little bit different though.
Okay.
Because of like similar to our souring program, we use whole fruit.
Right.
Right. So we don't use purees. Like we hand process all the fruit that we use. So in this beer, it's the same thing. You know, a lot of these wheat beers, you put an orange slice. And
Right.
our tag is like, no need for fruit on the side of the glass. Fruit's already in the beer.
Right.
Like,
It's got like
that.
it's like mango or something.
mango,
right?
guava.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got like
pineapple,
an intense mango taste and it's delicious.
Okay.
At Draft Room at Berwick had it on.
Oh,
Had it
really?
in cans for the longest time. Had it on tap for a while too. And they actually they literally just sold out. And my wife
great.
had went there and she's like, "I'll have that." Like, oh, we don't have that anymore. Like, I never saw like a more depressed puppy in my life than her at that moment.
Would have gotten it today if
Mhm.
they said they would have had it.
Yeah.
Guess
No,
not
it
gonna
is honestly really good. But is that beer gonna continue on fresh
Yep,
pressed?
yep.
Okay, perfect.
Still something new for us though.
Yeah.
You know. And then coming up this summer, I've kind of tagged along with the Midnight City Band,
Okay.
based out of Charleston.
Okay.
So look out for some events going on in Savannah
Oh, nice.
with them. I always kind of just piggyback off them, run Wicked Weed specials, and let
Will
them play
Will
music.
you be
and,
down
like,
for some of those?
I'll be down for all
Heck
of them.
yeah. All right.
Hit us up when
Well,
that's
yeah.
when that's happening.
We'll head out and meet up with you. That's cool.
we'll talk about it, yeah.
absolutely. I come down quite often.
I wish they would figure out some easier way to get from Charleston to Savannah.
Yes.
Yes. Instead of like that weird backwoods, like,
Oh.
I wish there was just like a straight highway.
Are you kidding me? That drive's so easy compared to some of my other drives.
No.
Try driving to Atlanta from Charleston.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Atlanta to Savannah is the worst 4 hours on the road I've ever spent.
It's the worst 5.5 hours of my life. And then as soon as you think you're there, you just stop in traffic. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh my God. Like,
Dude, the worst ride, honestly, is from Savannah to Myrtle Beach.
Oh, that is
like
bad.
that.
Yeah, that one's
talking about backwoods.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that-
would think they would do something there.
Yeah. Do you go to Myrtle Beach a lot?
I do.
Oh, Jesus, I'm
I was
so
just
sorry.
there for St. Patrick's Day. actually.
Okay.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. I did
Was
a
it
big
crazy
event
there?
It was insane. I did an event at Brass Taps up there, and
Too bad.
it was insane.
Too bad. Savannah could have done that.
Yeah, I was here the weekend before
Okay.
in Savannah. I was here Thursday through
Okay.
Sunday. We did an event at Coach's Corner. I did
Okay.
an event at Barrel House South. And then J.W. Marriott did their whole thing
Yeah,
out there,
yeah.
and I had a mini bar out there.
Oh,
just
nice.
serving
Oh, cool.
wicked weed. So, yeah.
Oh, we have 4 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We got tons of time.
Chevelle, Self-Destructor, good 5 minutes.
Dude, this song is awesome. I don't
That
know.
is a good song.
yeah,
I love Chevelle.
Yeah.
The new album I heard is really good too. I haven't got a chance just to like sit down and listen to music. We've been so busy.
I know.
Like I've been doing all the video stuff here for the show, so I've been really into that. And then like the last couple days have just been like, I don't know what's happened to the last few days. It's just been insane these
I
last
forgot
few.
what TV is.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. Last time I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna channel surf. and just look through
Right.
Some TV. Like, yep.
Dude, the last month. So today was our end of the first 4 weeks of us doing morning. So the first month is basically complete.
Yeah.
It's just adjusting to the new time, all that stuff, and just adjusting to everything. This whole last month has been a whirlwind.
Yeah, and we have jobs on top of these jobs, so it's not like we get to walk out the door after this. So like,
I'm done at 10 today. I got to stay because I got to get my kid from school, but I'm punching out at 10.
yeah, he's emotionally done at 10 o'clock.
Done at 10
He
o'clock,
may
okay.
actually steal the rest of that case in the street.
Oh, I'm leaving it here, so it's for you. I would love to send you guys a care package too, by the way.
Oh,
If you guys have a card.
Yeah,
I have the address.
yeah.
I'm gonna get my warehouse guy. I'll ship you guys.
Oh,
some
man,
stuff,
thank you. I appreciate that.
Swags and beers and things like that. So
Yeah, we'll
Yes,
show it off.
please.
We're actually trying. So the shelves behind Cotter here, we're trying to fill up.
yeah, I'll get
So-
you guys something
Got
special.
space? Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
the
get you
basketball hoop is not going to stay there.
Yeah. That's there. We do something called Torture Tuesday. So that is there for a torture coming up in a couple
Yeah, we got to
weeks.
shoot some hoops for the end of the March Madness tournament. We're doing a Torture Tuesday where we do stupid stuff. So this coming Tuesday, speaking of Torture Tuesday, Cotter is going to eat the sourest candy ever created. Correct?
That's what they claim.
Yeah. What is it called?
It is called Toxic Waste. It comes in a little toxic waste
Yeah, barrel. Yeah.
It's supposedly sourest candy in the world. And then we're buying a super sour. It's like a concentrated sour mix that you would put into something like cooking or whatever.
Oh,
so
God.
I'm just going to take a shot of the whole thing.
Right?
Oh, I'm just cringing thinking about it. Like,
So we do that to ourselves.
We're stupid.
Actually, so it was 2 weeks ago where I put on the dog shock collar, and then what were you doing then? I actually blacked out, I think. I did Marshall's
Oh,
Music News,
and you'd eat
and then
peppers,
he
too.
shocked me during all of it, and then I ate a habanero pepper on top of it. So we like to go a little above and beyond for everyone. Gibby goes, I want to give my wife best wishes. She's got her dental work in an hour.
Good luck. Good luck.
Blessings upon House Gibby and his poor wife who has to get some crowns today. Dental work is always fun. And by that, I mean terrible. My wife just cleaned my teeth yesterday. And she went deep and in not a good way. She cleaned the living bejesus out of these teeth, and they were sensitive. Not just my emotions.
Got about 90 seconds.
Yeah, so if anyone watching wants to hang out tomorrow, Two Tides, we're going to be there, I think, around noonish. And then Hopatomica is doing like kind of a vendor market, too. So a little later in the afternoon, I'm going to hop by there and have a beer and say hi to the Hopatomica gang. And
Yes.
we'll have a bunch of show stickers. So if you see us, come grab a sticker. We'll have those as well.
Need to bring the drunk line and see if either place will hang it. I don't know if they will.
Oh, yeah. We got the flyers on my desk.
Yeah.
We do a drunk line where over the weekend you can call. It's our standard phone number, but it goes to a voicemail. And then from the weekend, every Monday at 9, we play the best drunk voicemails from the weekend. So we just started, so we've had some good weekends and some slow weekends, but we're starting to get them out in bars here. So we're hoping that people see them and just randomly call us and tell us anything. You can tell us how you're feeling. You can tell us if you hate us or love us. You can say anything you want. We had a guy
posters up. I'm sure people will call.
We had a guy
We're getting
calling,
there,
doing a Sean Connery impression
So good.
2 weeks.
I want him to call every week.
Yeah, the Sean Connery guy's amazing.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. All right, thanks to everybody who hung out today on the air and on the stream. Before we get out of here, we got one more story. Let's do it. Marshall's Music News.
So Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody has achieved yet another distinction in the recording industry. They've received diamond status by the RIAA. That means they've reached 10 million or more in sales and stream equivalents in the United States. They are the first British band in music history to earn the U.S. Diamond Song Award.
Two things blow my mind with this. One, that it took this long, and two, that they're the first. You ever heard of the Beatles? What about the Rolling Stones?
Sorry, man.
How has this not happened?
Now, actually, this is from the story, and I'm reading it word for word. The U.S.'s most favorite import outside of the Columbia band Cocaine. Actually, I wrote that. That was me. 2 years ago, Bohemian Rhapsody music video from the 70s surpassed 1 billion views on YouTube as well. Now, Brian May from Queen, the guitarist, said, "This is incredible news," in a press release saying, "At times like this, I have to pinch myself to make sure it's real. All those wild dreams we had, this is beyond any of them. Huge thanks to all who believed in us over the years."
Still, I mean, how did it take this long? It's Queen.
I don't know,
it's
man.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
I don't know.
Everybody knows this song.
I know. You're speaking to the choir, man. I don't know what the deal was, but you know what? Let's celebrate it for the moment we have now.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap up the show for the week. Coming up on Monday, Big Money Monday, your
That's
chance
right.
to win a $50 gift card.
Double it up, bitch.
Double it. $50 gift card. All you've got to do is text us your first name and a number 1 through 9 on Monday during the 7 o'clock hour. We'll select one person at random for a chance to win the gift card.
That's right. So if your number shows up, whether you pick the number 4 or 24 or 34 or 74 show up, you will win $50 from us.
And don't forget, if you're drinking this weekend, hit us up with the drunk line, 800-394-1061. Leave a voicemail. We'll play them back Monday morning. Have a great weekend, everybody. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061. Sorry. There we go. My bad.
Sorry, burping. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out on the stream today. Cotter and Marshall Show back Monday morning at 6 a.m. Remember the drunk line. Remember to text in with your number so we can spin you, hopefully, on Monday for your chance to win $50. Our first winner was Chuck last week, so hopefully we'll get another winner this coming Monday. You guys have a great weekend. Hopefully you have an opportunity to see you out at Two Tides or Hopatomica. Saturday, those events run from 11 to 6. That's it. You guys have a great weekend.